am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick-Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick-Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right, people, greetings. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. This is Mannings, man. All right. And, yeah, we're running a show tonight. We weren't really planning on doing a show tonight, but I mean, we got some disturbing information and we have to do the show. We have to talk about these things. We have to address them. This was supposed to be an off day for me. And, but I mean, my phone has been just blowing up with calls about this issue. And I think I need to deal with it. And I'm going to be respectful, honest, open, and transparent as I deal with these things because they must be dealt with. I didn't even create a thumbnail that you know shows any picture of anything. Just write it in the description, and yeah, you understand me. It must be spoken about. It must be spoken about. I'm going to get by the formalities. It's still Super Friday, right? So on Super Fridays, we ask our subscribers to like, share, and subscribe on Super Friday. And also, if you can, make a super chat or a super comment on Super Friday. We won't be long. I doubt we will go past 9:30. So we don't have a lot of time. I'm going to get all the information out there. And I crave your input as well. So when we get to that point, I want you to call in and make your comments after the 30-minute mark. If I am wrong, I want you to call in. I want you to bring clarity. Anybody in authority. But these things must be dealt with. And I think we're going to need some thorough investigation. All right? Big up to the sponsors of this video. The support, I Am Sure Sports. Whether we do the videos or not, there are some people who support us. We also have some top, high quality. And we did this because we did our I Am Sure Sports shirt, and a lot of people didn't get them, and they weren't in all the sizes. And we have just made a major deal, and to have some quality jerseys, I Am Sure Sports jerseys, produced, limited edition again, right? You're going to love them, people. I tell you that. I tell you this. So look out for those. They are coming in the winter, which is right around the corner. I am sure sports merchandise. All right. You can, it will be so special that you can even have your name on it. We're going to work all of those details out. All right. Big up to the sponsors, Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. Listen, you can call or text them at 876-884-7390. They are located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, offering loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars to help you with back to school. So give them a call. No processing fee, same day processing, 0 to 4% interest rate. All right. Also to launch Legacy with a handle risk, seek Legacy for all your personal insurance need in Canada or the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. All right. I'm going to get into big up Gunners boss, enough love, man, every time. You understand me? Yeah. All right. You want the red one, Pina? Definitely. We have some. Hey, you're going to love them. You see me? Delivered special. Big up CC. Morning. The loss of the Queen. He says, fresh God, up and running every time. Lots and lots of loads of respect. All right. So let me get into some preliminary things first. Like I said, I got several phone calls today. All right. I'm going to deal with some national team, national football, but I have to touch on the JPL, and I have to touch on schoolboy football that begins tomorrow. All right. Big up Pioneer, definitely. All right. So I got calls from schools, meaning more than one, more than two schools out of Western Jamaica, which includes St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland. Some people count St. Elizabeth in that. I got calls from at least one school in St. Elizabeth. In Westmoreland, I got calls from two. I got called from a school in Hanover. Call from school in St. James, Trelawney, St. Anne. None from Clarendon. Manchester, Portland, St. Mary, St. Catherine. And a lot of them are expressing a lot of concerns about how things are being handled administratively concerning this season's football, schoolboy football, predominantly in the Costa Cup. Those schools in the Manning Cup have also expressed some of these said concerns. I'm going to paint a picture for you people of a common concern. And this is a group of coaches who the schools are suggesting are influencing some of these changes to the benefit of their schools that they coach. Want to hear me? So you have coaches who are coming together to influence the rules in such a way is that it favors their school and it hurts schools that what for whatever reason they don't like. The first thing I want to lay out to people, when you take action, these are kids. I know we call them big man and big woman. These are people's children in the schools in Jamaica. Whether they play football, cricket, track and field, the all-together sing, the table tennis, the swim, the school challenge quiz, or they just go to school to do educational stuff, meaning subjects and those things alone. They are all kids that must be given every opportunity while in school to maximize their potential. And rules should not be put in place to deter them from maximizing that in school. The rules must facilitate them maximizing their potential. If you fail to do that, you're failing as administrator. And any coach who tries to jeopardize youngsters so that he can win a Da Costa Cup or Manning Cup title, you're not fit to coach anybody. Every child must be given a chance. I'm upset with the things that I'm hearing. Upset. If it were one school, I could understand. Over 20. And I know that there are more talking about this. Recently, I did a video. Go back and check it. I'm going to put it in the cards for this video, where I spoke about some of the ISSA rules. And the rules keep on changing season by season. When certain schools don't have what they consider to be quality players, they try to adjust the rules so the quality can be equaled. People know who you are, and they are just waiting to see how the rules are going to be applied. And you will begin to see newspaper articles and people coming out publicly calling your names. There are also players, let me tell some of you coaches, that have you recorded in front of their principal. When you call them, they took the call in front of their principals. And they have you recorded. Because the same people who are telling them that they can't play at the school that they are inviting them to come and represent their school. So what, the rule don't work at your school? The rule don't work at your school? The people them picking no belong to UNO. Stop use people, kids like slave. And treat them like they're just equipment, disposable equipment and material that you use them when you want them and throw them away with no care or regard for their lives in a society when we see our young men dying every day. You're putting in rules to stop hundreds of youth from playing for their schools. To what end? They attend school. They have the requisite subjects, but still they are being told they can't play. Case in point, you would know people that many schools, because of the pandemic, opted not to play any football. Players, sports persons in the school, kids, students, sports students, left some of those schools because football is their livelihood. They don't have 100 subjects. So here's what they are doing. They left that school because the school was not playing, to play for an next school. They sat out 1 full year. Then they played. So they were ineligible, then they became legible because they sat out the year. They have 6, 7, 8, 9 subjects. Yet they are being told, because the school that they used to attend is going to play this year, they cannot play again, or they are part of a quota. People, tell me if that makes sense. So, kid comes from school B to school A. He sits out 1 year, according to the rules. The school not playing, the school that he left from, school B not playing. He plays. So he sat out a year, then he plays. The following year, he's told that he cannot play again. You tell me if that makes sense. He attended school, got his subjects, no issues whatsoever. And he's been told he can't play. Or he falls outside the numbers of the quarter. I want the coaches to come and tell me, if this is not the rule. I have it on paper. And it is being applied to the detriment of youngsters. So I want to ask you again. Do you realize that when you tell some of these youngsters that they won't be able to play any football this season, do you all know what's going to happen to them? Listen, most of them who are not in stable homes are going to stop going to school. Do you understand that kids have emotions? To you, it's just a rule. To you, it's just to win a championship. To you, it's just bragging rights. To a youngster, it is his emotion being bruised that changes the trajectory of his life. Do you consider the kids? Put the rules in place to maximize your potential. Anybody who ought to be punished are the coaches and the principals. Fire them when they abuse the system. Ban them when they abuse the system. Remove the principal when they abuse the system. Leave the students alone. If a principal or a coach is part of a system that exploit youngsters, they should not be in the system. As far as I am concerned, if a child transfers from one school to another, they have their subjects, they are well disciplined. If you say they must sit out a year, fine. Once they sit out that year, they should be able to represent the school without being quoted as no quota. Simply put. And if you have principals and school administrators and coaches who are finding a way of beating the system, you know what? You don't have the gall. You don't have the wits about you to take any action against any principal or any coach. So you know who get punished? The people in Picnic. That is what you're doing. The people who get hurt in this are the people in Picnic. Because you can't do the principal them nothing. You can't do the school them nothing. You can't do the coaches them nothing. So you punish the kids. I hope you're hearing me, people. Let me say it again. Right across Manning Cup and the Costa Cup, you have coaches who, when the kid decide that, listen, I am going elsewhere, you know what they do? They call and give all kind of reports to the administrators. So that the kid don't play. Then people don't care about your kids. Some of these schools, some of these principals, I'm beginning to wonder if ISSA sit down and really think about the implication on the kid's life. Again, has the system been abused? Yes. Do you know who the abusers are? Yes, you know. Take action against them, not against the abused. The rules are hurting the victims, not the perpetrators of the thing. find a way to get the people and pick me a player. How you can skip a year player here and then you have to miss a next year? What kind of madness is that? I have no issues with the schools bringing in foreign nationals. No issues. Great for them because the rule was meant to hurt their kids. So they say, okay, we have the means of getting them, so they get them. Get 100 if you want. Get 1,000. I don't have no issues with that because the rules are there and you can go around it. Go around it. You are smart enough. You have the resources to do that. Kudos to those schools. What about the schools who don't have the resources to do that? What about the school who is in, way up in the hills of St. Catherine, between St. Catherine and St. Mary, the Guys Hill and those places, where they can't go to the small islands and bring them to play for Jamaica, where they have to depend on kids coming from other schools to build their program? What about those schools that if those youngsters don't get to play, them drop out of school? Who cares about that? Oh, well, football is, well, we are not here for development. Oh, we just play football for recreational. Really? Really? You need to stop telling lie about the football program is recreational. It is not. It is not recreational for you. And you, and you, and you, and you. You know why I know? I look at the resources you put in it. And how you fight each other. How you come up against each other. How you are so wicked and vindictive, some of you. That you know that a school is using a player that should not be playing. And you say nothing about it. Like what happened to a school last year. You wait until they reach the semifinals and quarterfinals, then they bring up all the dirt on them. Wicked and vindictive. Because in your head, you want to punish the school and punish the coach. You know what? The coach, go and still coach. The players, who that was your last chance. Go and check how many of them are even in school. You know that? There are players from last season, the Costa Cup and Manning Cup, who died at the hand of the gun. I know two, shot and killed. You know why? And I want you to think about this. Because they were told that they could not play. When are you going to stop and think about that? The Ministry of Education need to intervene. Kids go to school to maximize their potential, not to be marginalized. Do not punish the players. Tell the school that, listen, this coach is exploiting the system. We have proof. It's a group of principals. Principals. You must know when the system is being exploited. And if you sit at your desk and you allow it to happen, then how are you going to be a part of ISSA? So principals form ISSA. Let us take a call and calm down a little bit. Me need to take my medication, you know. Hey, caller, welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my name is man.
Yes, sir. What say you, Pioneer?
You start take call it time.
No, man, go ahead, man. You're calling, man, so go ahead, man. You can talk, man. Share your views.
Yeah, man is man. But you see, we are listening to the show, you know, from the show start. You see the whole of this thing with exploitation. Let's say college sports in America is exploitation of student athletes. High school sports in Jamaica should not be the same. There is no way high school sports should be a business, you know, where people have all these opportunities to exploit players. It is a criminal act, for a high school from Kingston to go recruiting player, a high school player to come from Westmoreland to come a Kingston come play, The whole heap of fraud and a whole heap of things going on that, How he's going to live in Kingston? Who is gonna pay for his living? How is he gonna survive? It's a whole lot of thing into it, So it's a whole lot of what you would have called name academic fraud is going on in these things, If you look into
how do you
these
call it? Explain to me the criminal element of it, though. I don't understand that part, so maybe you can explain.
Then hold on now. This is public schools.
Yes.
Public funded schools. Now, let me tell you something. In the United States, and we are going to use the United States when we know about. You cannot live in one zip code and go play public high school sports in another zip code. Now, if it is a Catholic or a private institution,
that is different, though. Sorry, let me explain to you. I need to clarify that, because in the US system, tax is not centralized. In Jamaica, it is centralized. So when people pay taxes, they don't pay taxes for schools in St. Mary. They pay taxes to Jamaica. So it goes to the TAJ, Tax Association of Jamaica. In the States, the taxes of Delaware are separate from the taxes in Maryland. It's
in Pennsylvania.
Right. So that is why if I'm paying tax in New York, then I cannot send my kid to school in Delaware, because my tax dollars are not being spent in Delaware. In Jamaica, it is different. So it's okay because St. Ann and St. Mary border, my kid is placed in school by an examination system. My kid, because I work in St. Mary, though I live in St. Ann, it's convenient for them to be in St. Mary. So the kid opts for a school and they are placed there. To say that the child cannot go there, that is where I think we are a little bit different from the United States. But continue with the point, because I know you're getting somewhere else.
Yeah, man. The fact is, you have to look. It's a lot of things to look into when you take a youth from that far. Now, me now send my 12 or my 13-year-old son from down a Manchester, down a porous per se, go a town with no coach and nobody for go play in a sports. If a sports him for go play, that means to say him either go live at the coach house. Coach might end up like Sandusky, and all other kind of things can go on, and that means
but all of the schools have boarding facilities with house mothers and those things, man. It's a very
But this is high school, man. That's what me I say. The high school is spending too much money on sports per se, when that money should be spending on academics. Why you want to spend money for build dam for high school picnic?
No, man. So in Jamaica, let me explain. Sports. No, let me explain to you. In Jamaica, kids.
High school, high school kids supposed to live which part him can walk to school or catch a bus.
What I'm trying to say to you, it's a little bit
on the street.
It's a little bit.
Go ahead.
It's a little bit different. Like my daughter, she went to Hampton. We're in.
I would have looked like Hampton to me. Hampton to me would have more like a junior college. Hampton to me would look like.
No, man. Hampton is an all-girls school. There's a school called Westwood. It's in Trelawney. But a lot of the kids who go to Westwood, they are from St. Ann. So they board at Westwood. So some of the schools have boarding facilities already. They are not building it for that. They allow boarders. So all I'm saying is that it's a little bit different, because how Jamaica is constructed, people are allowed to go out. We don't have a zip code, because it is not.
So why
the tax is centralized, unlike in the States where it goes to the different state. Like every state have different taxes for the most part, different amount for the taxation for the most part, and what is collected in Delaware is not spent to deal with things in New York. In Jamaica, what is collected in St. Mary is spent right across Jamaica. It's not for St. Mary. It is for Jamaica.
Yeah. Well, all right now. See what you're telling me, say now then. The way you're telling me, say this, so this conversation is much to do about nothing as far as I'm concerned. Because if the system is not possible to change, why are we complaining about it? If we just work with it since it's okay then for my school up at town, because we don't at the next end of the island and go recruit a player and can come at town, come make him live to play sports because he are one of the best players down at the parish. This one he come from down there. So and we have an attractive program and we want him in the program. We don't care about if when him done, he not even have enough good education to go be a chapper or whatever. I just we don't have to know say for the next two champs or the two next Manning Cup season or whatever it is, we have him for them 2 or 3 or 4 years and then we throw him back to the curve. And then we can go import some people picnic from over foreign and take a piece of food off of them and bring them come complain of the system and then thing. Where we are complaining
so let me tell you where the argument is. There is a rule that governs the educational aspect. There is a rule that says you have to be averaging a certain amount in certain amount of subjects for you to play. So there is a rule for that. The issue I have is this. When you take a kid from Porus, you bring him to Kingston College, right? As an example. Kingston College, Porus. Bring him to Kingston College. The rule says he must sit out a year. He sits out a year. The rule says he must have a certain amount of subjects. He supersedes that. Instead of having 45%, he get all ones. He gets 7 grade ones. He excellent in both levels of Cape. Right? What the rule is now saying is that there are situations where that player can't play. Having sat out a year already, having met the educational stuff, having also kept up the attendance record, well behaved in school. All of these things, no, you're saying that, well, you can't play this year. Though you played last year, you can't play this year because the school in Ports that you used to play for, they are now playing in the competition. So you can't play this year again. But he played last year.
Hold on. So hold on. And after you and in year one, you play for Porus.
No,
as a freshman. But your second year now, when you become a sophomore,
you skip it. You sit out. You don't play anything.
Hold up. No, let me get an understanding. Let me ask you a question, please, my boss. Thank you. Yeah, so your second year now, you sit out your second year because you was transferred from Porus to another school.
Right. You sit out.
Which is okay.
Right.
Which is okay. If you transfer.
Yeah, man. You're okay.
A hardship. If you transfer on a hardship.
No, man. Nobody going at the hardship. No, man. Nobody going the hardship. Okay. Let's just stick to what we are talking about. So we can get
all right. Then. Yeah. Your transfer. What is the purpose for your transfer to go to Kingston?
To play football because you believe it's a better coaching environment.
Okay, well then you have to sit out that year because you choose to go there.
So listen what I'm saying.
But after you sit out your sophomore year now, you are saying your junior year now.
You play. They allow they allow
you to play your junior year.
Right. No, you have
and your senior year now. Which is your fourth year. They want to tell you cannot play your senior year, which is supposed to be your best year to highlight your career.
Exactly.
That is when people start to look on you. Because if you have to continue school for 4 years, that means to say you're not really that good enough.
So they're saying no. Yeah, because you're using the American system, so you're confusing the whole thing, right? Because you're going to know if you have to see in your 4th year, it's not going to look good. Because you're using the American. You're using the American.
I just dropped that. That's the last part I dropped. Yeah, we get to the point.
Yeah. So having missed 1 year, you were ineligible to play. You became legible, so you played. Then they're going to tell you, having become legible, that you are ineligible again.
No, it can't. Nothing can't go like that.
That is the point I'm making. That don't make no sense.
No.
Once
It's like tell me say me can play. Me play. No man. Once I sit out once I pay my penalty, my red shirt here is my penalty.
there you go.
That is it. That is the why me if you go in a double jeopardy now. You should have think about that school, my coming up, and that have nothing to do with nothing. All I am doing is the rule said if you transfer from school A to school B, you have to be redshirted for 1 year. No problem. After that one, now you earn your eligibility. You go to class for that 1 year, which is good. That 1 year, you go to practice, you have more time to do your schoolwork. So you step up your GPA or whatever the average is, and you get your good grades. So that in the next year now, you're supposed to concentrate on football, and your book work. Now next year, we may have to go sit out back again. Somebody, that the rule there, who come up with that the rule there?
That is the point I'm making, sir. And
so that is a new rule to ISSA thing, or what is it?
What the coaches that I've spoken to, many coaches are saying that. So what happened is that, you remember, because of the pandemic, a lot of schools opted not to be in any football.
So a lot.
Watch it. From 2019, schools decided that they weren't going to play. Some of the players who play football say, okay, seeing that you're not going to be in any football, we're going to leave. That's 2000.
Transfer, yeah.
Right. So they sat out a year. Because they left a school, they sat out a year. So now they are playing. Right? Bam. They play. Yeah. Then everybody open up. Right. So what they are saying now is that having sat out a year and played, the school that you used to play to has started playing football again. So some of you can't play.
You have to go re-red shirt.
There you go. CC.
No, man, they don't take you 1 year.
CC.
They don't take you 1 year.
It is not.
This is like you convicting a man or trying a man for a crime twice. No happen so. Him beat him case or him get convicted. That's it. That case is over. Yeah. Move on to the next case. That is something now where you know have to go talk to some people about, and we have to talk to some people about and make the people them know. Say no, if we not gonna run the system, we have to run the system right.
That's what I'm trying to do. CC, let me say this again. CC, let me say, because CC is saying that if you're going sixth form, you're automatically legible. No, it is not. Let me tell you how it works. CC, remember.
Sixth form is supposed to have nothing to do with it. Once you cannot. CC, me now read the comments still. But CC, if you understand, say that is double jeopardy. So that means this is my senior year now. I'm my last year this is school, you know. Me I turn 18 you know. I done sit out 1 year already when me was 16 or 17, you know. And you tell me say no, me if I go sit out this year when everybody I go see me when me go shine now, Cavaliers and Hornet and them see me. Nobody now go see me I play no football at school, brother. Nothing can go so. Me don't pay that the penalty they are ready, boy. Me if you go do it again.
So let me say to CC, we have to make a decision in school. Because sixth form, remember, when you get to fifth form, you have what you call school leaving certificate. Meaning you have graduated or you have left high school. Sixth form is extension. It is really junior college. It's really like junior college. Yeah.
College. Pre-UE.
Yeah, man. Do you understand me? So
it's like you can play an extra year. So all of the sixth farmers can still continue playing college yet.
Yeah, but me explain to CC, I hate it.
No, me just ask you a question.
Yeah, but
CC can come on the show, you know. Yeah, CC no have to comment, you know. Send the link, you know, and
but you know, let me answer, no man. Let me answer. So when you get to sixth form CC, what the rule says, there are only three players who have come from other schools can represent your school. So what that means is that it doesn't matter. Follow me? It doesn't matter if you're going to sixth form, if you are that fourth child, you cannot play. I have a problem with that. Nobody in
Yes,
sixth
sir.
form should be counted.
A voodoo business I run it. Me sorry but 2 minutes I want to go off on a tangent, you know. I am not a fan of these people who want to exploit our children, brother. So through that, me I tell you, this is sitting here run like a farm system. High school sports are run like a semi-pro sports in a Jamaica, and the youth them now get no pay for play. So if
All
you
right,
know
so
what
what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you an article. Piney, I'm going to give
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you an article for you to read. All right.
Yeah, man, send it in my
Yes,
WhatsApp.
I'm going to send you an article to read, and then you can read it, and then you can I think you'll be more abreast of what is going on, and then at that point you can you can
come up with a more. But yeah, man, me I gonna read the article. But before me come, as me say, you know, what with the the queen thing make them put off the EPL this week, right?
Yeah, the passing of the queen.
Passing of the queen. Right.
But I mean, the queen is alright. She have LA Lewis and the rest of her family take care of her.
LA Lewis. I want to ask LA Lewis why him brother or him uncle Andrew can go to America. And that's hey, but man, let me ask you a question. Really.
Yeah.
Really. What do you think, sir? Because this morning I sit down and I look at Andrew. I look on Charles. And I say, but Uncle Charles, Uncle Charles supposed to happy, Uncle Charles supposed to cuss mommy, you get it when you are 25 and you wait till me at 70 and soon dead like you become compete to me. He begs. Because I want to know how children who are waiting on their parents' legacy to become the hero. I don't think these people are not sitting there praying for their parents to die, and go to hell so they can have it, I think Andrew is the happiest day of his life right now become to get it to them say, God bless the king. One time in 70 years today. But no, I asked L.A. Lewis what make Andrew can go America.
All right,
you need to go that. That.
All right.
I stop Photoshop the people them think about Photoshop yeah, listen. Make L.A. Lewis call the show L.A. Lewis and come talk some sport. Hold on, let me ask you a question before me run. L.A. Lewis used to play football?
I don't know. I mean, it may be a graffiti artist. I don't know.
Oh, because to me, you're somebody that talk about some soccer player or somebody. And
no. That's a different L.A. Lewis, man. All right.
Oh, I say general, a big star, man, a big general. L.A. Lewis, you have to call the show and come bring your fans them over here and come get them subscribe and give it some strength over here. You know sports stuff. And tell you what go on over England with the Queen and Chelsea. Why she never support Chelsea all these years and Chelsea down the road.
Hey, all right, boss.
Hey, make some other people calling them. I go call back later on in the night because the show I go run. I don't know. I'm going to try to see if I can find one card and put a super chat on this thing. People gonna drop on a little super chat for the thing on Friday night,
All right, sir.
But so I think a liquor, I'll do him no drink a liquor. Come on, drop an offering in the plate. It's church.
All right, bossy. All right then.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
all right, all right. So there you go, people. So CC, when CC's asking why his comment is red, I don't know, right? But listen, I don't. If people want to say that kids must, no man, they have a footballer, Kevin Reed, that they call L.A. Lewis, who used to play for St. George's. I think the caller was mixing up that L.A. Lewis with the man who said he's the Queen's son, right? Yeah. So it's two different ones. One is a footballer, right? So its school is for education. Let me work with ISSA. And football is for PE and recreation. Then they should not have it. They don't need to make it so competitive. They don't need to. So though they say that, in theory, in practice, they are not doing it. All right, so that's number one. So CC, come back to you. So when the kid, what I'm saying is that when these youngsters go into sixth form, it has to do with whether or not they are part of the whole quota thing. And I have an issue with that. I think you cannot have students who are doing well academically, well disciplined and mannered, right? Good attendance record, and these kids are denied the opportunity to play sport. I have a problem with that. Now I want to make sure that anybody who want to speak on this matter, that you have you yeah, let me just take, I see someone else call, let me just call back, let them and speak with the caller, and then we're going to move on to some JPL issues, because this is the next thing. I'm telling you, this football in Jamaica. Then we're going to talk about Andre Blake's comment. Yes, I saw you calling. We're live on air. Sir Sean, how you doing?
Evening. Oh, you did live, huh?
Yeah, we're still live on air. You calling to be on the show, or you just?
Yeah, well, but I calling because I didn't want to chime in on the subject about players coming from abroad and players transferring, you know?
Go ahead. Yeah, man, go ahead. Talk to us, because you have been a part of the system to some extent. So talk to us. Share with us your thought. This is Coach Sean, people. Go ahead.
So yeah, so pretty much the system they have in Jamaica and same here, right? Where kids have to have a certain amount of a grade point average or a certain average for participate in the sports, right? So, but that disenfranchise some kids, based on the background, right? Studies have shown that that's nothing that's made up, right? But at the end of the day, you're in school, for education reason, and football comes second. But nonetheless, the transfer policy, they should revisit that, right? Because Jamaica like to follow everything they see that's latest and greatest, right? I'm sure that transfer policy they put in where you have to miss a year, they got that from NCAA. Same thing they use in America. That I've gone out the door now, right? Because I realized the only person that was positively impacted by that was the universities and NCAAs, right? So if a kid was playing, say, football, American football or basketball, that was a top talent, that could probably go to the NBA or the NFL, right? Years ago, when they transfer, they have to sit out. But now, with advocacy and people realizing that this is affecting the youth, not the school. You see what I'm saying? So a kid transferring, they shouldn't have to sit out a year. You understand? If a kid transferring to another school, they should allow the kid to play. Right? That's my take on that.
Absolutely, I agree, and I'm saying that fine, because one of the issues I have, Coach Sean, is this. So you have some kids who sat out 1 year because say they got there young, they sat out a year, then they played, but because they played, so now they have this thing that only like 3 persons quota system, only 3 from transfer can play. So the following year, you have a kid now who his school did not play the year that he sat out. Now his school is in the competition, so he's now counted as part of a quota system. So they are saying that he cannot play, having played a year at the new school and sat out a year. I'm thinking like that is punishing a child and not fixing a system.
That's exactly what it's doing. And again, if you see now, this is why kids can make money now that in colleges here, because for a long time, for decades, the coaches, they were eating, the university were eating. You know what I'm saying? The booster clubs eating. Everybody was eating except the person that's delivering on the pitch. You understand? So for decades, for generations, the NCAA was raping the kids, literally. And who you think that disenfranchised more? It's mostly black kids and brown kids. You understand? So they need to revisit all of those copycat laws they put in place and policy. They need to realize that the world is move on from that. You understand? A kid should not have to sit out a year because you decide you want to transfer school, right? A kid is not, this is not professional sport. You're not bound to any school. If you feel like another school is the best environment for you, you should be able to move freely and go play.
If they say it is
If you're
recreational,
eligible.
because they are saying it is recreation. If it is recreational, I can just go and play for any school because it is recreational.
Yeah. And a kid transferring from America, I have a different view on that, right? I live in America, right? I'm sure everybody that live in America from Jamaica, the dream is the kids to go home in some capacity, right? And experience Jamaica. Whether it is football, whether it is life, whether it's culture, right? A kid transferring from America, even if they go to Jamaica for 1 semester, 6 months, right? They should welcome that. You understand? They should welcome that. That's the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? So all of that stuff, man, they need to look at that from not just one lens. They need to look at it from a bigger point of view. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, I've had the opportunity, right? It's on the table to send my oldest to come to Jamaica, right? And I just haven't explored it yet, right? But I'm sure other people that from the diaspora who have kids, they would jump at the chance for the youth to go home and experience that. Especially if, like me, I played football, right? That environment, you can't spend money for that environment. That environment has, you can't put a dollar value on that. You understand? To come to Jamaica, play 6 months, right? Play D Cup, Manning Cup, U16, whatever, right? You can't pay for that experience. So they shouldn't be trying to go around trying to stop kids from enjoying the island and the culture from that point of view. You understand? It's not a professional environment. You know what I'm saying? It's schoolboy football, right? You're not, obviously, the system can be abused, but you have to make sure that, a kid not coming this time and then, come back. You have to make sure
Here's
you
what,
put
because
rules
I
in
have a
place.
solution for the abusing of the rule. Do not punish the victim. Punish the abuser. It is not the players who are abusing the system. It is the administrators.
Well, again, if you look at it, right, the school, the alumni, just like here, they have a big influence on the schools, right? Because they're spending money, they're helping with the gears, with travel, and all kinds of things. So they have some say in it, right? But a lot of those guys, they treat that thing as if it's their, if it's their pet. You understand?
Yeah.
So the football is their weekend thing, and
So
it's like
I have someone have a comment on the screen, and this is where now I think, but the issue I think we have is that the administrators of the schoolboy football are the principals, and it is the schools that are exploiting the system. So the principals are the head of the schools that are exploiting the systems. The same people who are exploiting the system are the same people who are making the rules for the system that they are exploiting. It don't make any sense.
It's always like that. It's like that in every facet of life. I mean, it's kind of like the government, right? They're making rules that they're exploiting.
So this person says, true management, he says, I hear of a Calabar athlete recently transferred to JC, but end up not get no subject. And so JC run him. Now he's trying to go back to Calabar with no luck. And he says, pure exploitation, a go on. So here it is that a kid is going to be left out there in the dark.
But the truth is, football wise, right? I left Jamaica '98, right? That's my last year I played football. '97, my last year I played football. The year when they cancel Manning Cup and the Costa Cup was '97.
Yes.
So we start the Costa Cup season. The Jared Park curtain raiser. I think we played 2 games and then they cancel the season. So we end up playing U16 that year there. And CC that year we win under 16. That year that Clarendon College team had players like Mataran, Sean Fraser, right? Anthony Bennett, that a sausage.
Yes.
Alain Whitaker, that a bossy the goalkeeper.
Yeah, man.
Right? We had Kevral Stewart. Shelton was a captain. So my team that year win under 16. I think 5 of them played the U17 World Cup the next year.
Right.
So, right?
Yeah, that is true.
But when you look at the players, right? There's nothing there to take care of the players after school, right? After they finish with school, there's not. I wouldn't say there's nothing in place, but there's not enough in place to educate these guys from a younger age. You know that if football doesn't work, something else. You have to, put some more effort into something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
not everybody gonna get a scholarship. Not everybody gonna go play for Harborview or Portmore or Veer. You understand? So I think they need to start educating the youths from a younger age, 12 years old, 13 years old. You understand? That hey,
Definitely.
football is important, but if it's not football, there's other avenues that you can make something of yourself. And with that said, the school play a big role in that.
Definitely. Listen, remember we're supposed to link up and do something together. So yeah, man. But thanks for calling in. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. We see how we have your Valeria clothes, eh? Hey, I'm gonna send us some IDF gears for wear upon the show.
All right.
Send you a bun.
All right, there
All
you
right?
go. You see all the banners here? See it?
Yeah, man.
You see
But we're gonna talk about weekend here.
Union Omaha. You understand me? Port
All right,
St.
we
Lucie.
talk about weekend here.
All right, cool.
All right,
Yeah,
take
man.
care.
Bless you, Coach Shot. Yeah, man. Every time. All right. So people, we're gonna segue into a little JPL. Now we need to talk to the JPL people then. Cause watch this. Administratively, you guys have to be more professional. I know we're not gonna make Wilper excuse, especially you, Mr. Speed, and be evasive. So you say anytime your name call, ting 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 go off. I hope it go off. So let me tell you about this. Bless up Michael Garden. Yeah, Foreign Spider, bless up as well. All right. Let me tell you about this. How can we have a JPL season? And nobody, everything a secret. Nobody now know about no transfer. It's like you're not supposed to talk to the coaches. Well, not me. You know me can't talk to them. But there's nowhere you can find out what is happening. There is no build-up being going on. For the league, the teams are training. Nothing. Clubs, you're part of it, man. We have to go on better. You guys, the truth is, we're at this stage now. I'm not asking anyone to come on my platform. Meaning, you don't have to come on management platform. There is a whole heap of media outlets that you can call them and say, listen, I want to come on and talk about my club. Begin to tell the people how they can get the season ticket passes. Who are the players that they should look forward to seeing? All of these things should be out there. Where they can buy the club jersey to support them. What are we waiting on? People should know by now. People love the clubs and support them. They can't even know who are the new players or who are the old players. Who have left, who has come in. Why is it a secret? The transfer window closed today. There should be a big show today with all of this information. There should have been a show. There were listen to this, JPL. Vloggers in Jamaica had show about the transfer window in England. And we don't have a show to even talk about the transfers. If you don't know a player to find out where I'm there, and him say, you know, see, I somebody there. And a few of the clubs, big up to them, will tell you, yeah, man, we have 2 or 3 players. And stuff. They don't want to tell you the whole truth because the JPL is this big secrecy. Nobody knows know nothing until we run out. When we run out. No madness. Wait until season starts and we run out. People should be getting familiar with them clubs. This is heights of madness. Everybody by now should be looking at different jerseys that them can buy for them club, from them clubs, to support them clubs, to know where they have season. Listen, this is where now. You see the schools them have this. Let me tell you why I said that. The schools them have season ticket passes selling. Them have fan jerseys already selling. Why is it that our JPL is operating this way? Come on, man. Season after season. The other thing is that, listen, you see some other clubs. Anyway, let me be. We don't blame the clubs. Let me say, here's the thing. There must be a rule. I cannot understand how a person is at one club training when he's in contract with the next club. No player should be training with any club until there is a transfer. Let me say it again. No player should be training until the transfer is completed and announced by the club. You say they don't care about the fad. All right? Secondly, so there are some rules, that what players this and stuff. Because I hear, listen, so people know that I was made privy to certain information. And I hear that clubs are demanding 50,000 US, 100,000 US, 70,000 US, 30,000 US for players in the JPL. And the argument is Mount Pleasant buy them. And so the players, and here's the thing, club, I understand so no one make money, and nothing wrong with that. But some of the players when I hold on pan, them now go no foreign. You don't know that, You all know that the players that you're holding on to, they ain't gonna go to foreign to play professionally. Them pass the stage, them pass the age. Let's be real. There are some who will. We know that some of them won't. Them don't even get called for Jamaica. You know that. Me know that. The player know that. The player them there in some situation right now where they need some money. You know say you can't pay them. You know in your heart, say even with your best season, you can't pay them a good salary consistently. Our next team come want the player for come play so they can pay them. And you ball for one big old transfer fee so the player can stay. And then you refuse to play the player. And when the player don't come train, you treat them all kind of way. I want you to listen. That'll go on in the league, So I want to know if in the local league, there's no value, like that players can be sold above a certain value. So let me say it again. If you have a youngster playing for your club, you are unable to pay him, and next club won't pay him, why would you make the transfer fee so astronomical so that the club that won't buy him can't buy him? And then when you keep him, you can't pay him. How am I going to survive? So what you say? You're rather in debt for hungry, not true? Because if you're in debt for hungry, you feel good. What you mean? So them boy, you can know say a man run this, and them boy, they are boy. We run this. That's how we treat people. Hey, some of the players, not too greedy. Say, man, you are work right. You are work right now because you're a professional. You will get $40,000 sometimes. Sometimes it cut to 22, 32, 38. I look at 40, you get the right amount. And next one say, come to the club. You're going to get your full pay. 120. Oh, yeah. No, sir. No, sir, right, 200,000. Listen, you don't get 40 and you get one. You're getting 40, you get 100,000 more. You talk about you want 200. If I may, you say, you're tan did it. Let me say you do. You're tan did it. You're tan did it. With your known to yourself. That may I tell you. Big up to the organized clubs, them and the organized system, them. Release the ball of them. And stop hold on the youth, them. And make the youth them get money because some of you cannot afford to pay them. And ballers, all of you stop signing them 5-year contract and then 4-year. Them a baller. Listen, them a baller have my grain. A baller say him a big baller. Sign a 5-year contract with a local club. Forget $30,000. If I'm me a fear father or mother, and when you come home, I give you some conk in your forehead. What kind of madness is that? We're going to have CC joining us. Do not sign any contract past 1 month if a $40,000 you get. Why would you sign a long-term contract for $40,000 a month? Think about it. If you're going to sign a long-term contract, man, sign something for over 100. That means, say, if it drop, you still are going to get a good amount.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Mannings, man. But Mannings.
Yes, sir.
But you see, this is the reason why, you know, when every time we talk, man, I go say, if more no man, money and these things. I say, yo, the people don't understand the reason why we follow. You have people in Jamaica that will follow La Liga, will follow Syria, will follow the Premier League. Right now, recently Chelsea fired Thomas Tuchel, right? It's in the media, which is rumored. Some people say 20 million Tuchel will get for the firing, but I think it's around 13 million pound. But we can quote figure. You have the coach that is coming in is a $60 million contract over 5 years, because I see it look like he might get 12 million per season, right? Bonus and everything in one. The players that are playing, Mannings, man. The players them we can talk how much the players them I get. The players, when a player go get by, Mannings, when a player go get by, we have all man, we are media man, when them man they post, you know say yo, when them man they post, you know a sure thing this are it 99% gossip. We live in a country where it's a secret society. We are play football, you don't know when transfer are gone, you don't know when the window open, you don't know when the window close. How can you support all Mannings? How am I gonna take up my money and buy one ticket or buy something and support one club when I don't know nothing about?
Who you go watch? You don't even know who you go watch. You don't know who the other
club. You don't know who you go watch. Mannings, remember, so we are talking and say, yo, you see Gabriel Jesus in a pre-season, and you can talk, but right now, Mannings, you can talk intimately about Arsenal more than you can talk about a club where you live in a country with. You live on the island with this club here. And you can't talk as intimately as you would have could have talk about So right now, me I say yo, off your facts say yo, me I support Chelsea, brother. And me can talk about Chelsea on a different level. Because the media, the news, everything is out there. There's a lot of transparency. When the man let go, the sporting director, when anything happen, everything happen over Manchester United, you know. Things happen at Liverpool, you know. Because it's money making, it's a business, everything is a business. Out here, we did say it already, you know. The transfer window, me man, I tell me say transfer window open, I must say December. So I say me not understand. I can't understand Jamaica transfer window rules because me don't know when me only see one club turn up with must 14 player and say they sign 14 player. What kind of business that? And then when you sign a player and say you sign a player, man, you just look upon it and say, yo, you don't even know if players, as I say, contract. But most of the youth them.
I'm going to give you a good example. there's a player from Cavaliers that just moved overseas. You know that there's no official statement from Cavaliers? What name? Campbell. Duncan McKenzie left from Jamaica. No official statement. Christopher Pearson, no official statement from any clubs that they were connected to. Nothing. You can't go on the club thing and see anything about these things.
Man, me tell you say a big idiot thing because watch ya. You have all station what carry JPL. And throughout the season, you're telling me that you're promoting the JPL, right? And throughout the JPL, we not have a transfer countdown and people have conversation to say, yo,
that's
this
what I'm
man go
saying,
on it,
CC.
you know.
Today the transfer market, today the window closed. And I guarantee you that most fans don't know the players that have come into their club or remained at their clubs. Most fans.
What did you know?
Most fans at the clubs in the same community, except those who go watch the training sometime, are them know a baller.
Man, it's a technology time we live in. I mean, I say, yo, even so, if them want to do the thing, you have even the vlogging community. Where if you say, oh, if you send out the information through the vlogging community and make the vlogger them say, yo, all right, we do one show, or no say, yo, we do a round robin show, we no say, all right, the vlogger them come on and we discuss.
I'm not even saying, suppose them don't want to talk to the vloggers because the vloggers them, you know, the vloggers them this and the vloggers them that. Fine. Don't talk to no vloggers. Put it in the star. Put it in the star that the window is open and this is the moves of the players. So every week, put it in the star. Put it on your Facebook page.
But manage me, I go give you a drama. No matter what they must say, and them would say, well, vloggers or not. Manage, we are watch every vlogger and everybody will comment or come in here. So we are watch Premier League. We are watch Premier League and we are football manage. No matter what them chat and go on, you know, and we them want to come watch. So if you not support we, oh, you gonna get the people them to come support you.
And that's time CC.
Man, it's looking now. You have a brother name. Me I show you. They tell us them people that them not. Me I tell you say, if you look, I'm gonna say all right. Man, have over 5,000 subscribers. When they have another man there with 20,000. By the time you're done, you look on the vlogging community over 60,000 subscribers, right? Out of the 60,000, probably 40,000 are different. 40,000 different people. Cause you have same man subscribe to over something.
Rob is right. Rob is saying it's there. The football don't belong to us. It belong to them.
Yeah,
I feel them football. So them get to do what them do.
So that's why I say, yo, them can't come and talk like them nasty fans are nasty. No. Like there's nobody. Man, is may I tell you, nobody not the people them with them up and people come and steal them and sit and go watch them, brother. Nobody now watch them. Nobody now buy them product. Nobody not really interested. Because it doesn't matter what a vlogger or what a YouTuber or what or something they say. The fact of the matter is, no, I say you have overlapping subscriber. That when I tell you, even if a 60,000 subscriber and it overlap, at least 30,000 are not overlapping. So you really and truly me I look and I say, yo, you probably have an audience of 30,000 people, diasporan and local, and you gonna tell me, say, even if you don't sell merchandise, man, all them things. But as I say, man,
some of us said JPL, because some of the JPL clubs are doing okay now. I will say some of you trying, but come on, man. Especially listen, and two things important, CC. So the players, because some of the players put themselves in very difficult situation. More advising players, you cannot sign on 3 to 5 year contract for $40,000. What is the minimum wage, CC?
Minimum wage is $9,000 a week.
9,000. So 4 9s hour, 36. Cause you don't pay no income tax on them thing there.
No, you're not paying the income tax, but you pay everything else.
No, man. You have to reach a certain threshold before you pay.
Some money you pay NHT.
Right.
NIS.
But them they are a small amount, man. Them they are below 10% in totality. All right. So so you get the youth them just like you have to call it, say the footballer them are getting minimum wage, some of them 40,000, some are get all 30,000. Why would a club who know that they cannot afford to play the player. See a youngster, I go move to a place where I'm going to get 100,000 more, or 50,000 more, 80,000, I don't know, and he wants to go. Why wouldn't you do that? Because there's some ridiculous amount of money, May I hear say some man want some 30,000, 50,000, and I keep on sending to people though. Keep on sending to people. Any system built this way is going to collapse because you're creating a market that you cannot maintain. You know what I mean, CC? Here's what I mean. If you allow Mount Pleasant as a club to inflate the market, it's going to destroy the market. Because here's the thing. If they start paying these huge amount of monies for players, what is going to happen when they call your club CC? Well, a next club call your club. When your player better. If you see me,
market.
All right, no, man, watch this. You see me, just pay. Me just sell Unseen for $3 million. Right? When I come to you now, CC, and say you have Fresh God and he's a better player than Unseen, and me get $3 million. How much money are you going to charge for
6 million?
Because you're gonna say to me, but just get 3 million from Mount Pleasant, man. Where I do $1 million for my player. You understand what I mean? It's going to create problems in the market. And the other thing is that if Mount Pleasant comes out of the market, the prices are going to still be inflated.
But Mannings, listen, what them supposed to do? I did say it already, and man, I tell me say this can't work. The football market in Jamaica cannot operate like a free market, right? Cannot operate on a free market.
Yeah, if you have cap, man.
So I already suggested that there should be a salary cap and there should be certain transfer rules set up. So you should have a salary cap. You can't pay a player under X and you can't play a player. You have the league minimum. So you have the league minimum like a rookie minimum. So you have the league minimum. You see me? And
anyway, we have CC, we have just keep your point because we have Diego online. Yeah, Diego, welcome to the show. New York City, so nice they name it.
New York. Well, you touched something I've been involved with for 30 years because the players used before the pandemic coming to New York. So I just need to understand to get an understanding clearly. And maybe we should think about forming a players association.
I think that is what they need to do.
Which is what I've been saying for years. And I think the president, I spoke to him about it, and he's agrees with it. Because somebody has to protect the players based on with the abuse that you're saying is going on.
Yeah.
This is so. What I know, Manny's man.
Yeah.
When do they? How does it work? You know the system. At what age do they sign the contract and they sign them for 5 years? Between what age and what age?
Listen, most of these guys, like normally when the good ones come out of high school and they go to certain clubs, they sign 3 to 5 year contracts. Out of high school.
But that's crazy. That's your prime. That's your from 18 to 24. That's your prime years. You can't sign a 5 year.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Who is advising the people to sign these 5 and 3 year contracts?
No, this can't work. And I'm telling you, I have had my friends who are agents. That a lot of these clubs, even when foreign clubs want them, if they don't think the money is right, they rather they suffer there for 5 years and get nothing.
Yeah.
And you're saying that's going on in Jamaica, even if a next club, local club, come to them, they rather keep the player and they have no plans for the player.
Diego, you see if they had plans, if they could pay the player. So for example, suppose you want me to come and play for your club, Diego. And you want to pay me 80,000. My club said, no man, this player too good, me can pay them 80. I would not have a problem with that, you know. But I can only play the player $20,000. You gonna play the player 80,000, and me rather keep the player, knowing that me can't even find 20,000 sometimes.
So when you ask that question, what is their answer? What is their justification?
Well, they must listen. What I'm going to tell you is that what actually, some of the time you have all whole part of things the club do for the players. When time man same baby mother at the hospital, we give money if you do that too. When a man say,
Oh no.
You understand me?
Well, I'm going to listen to you really because I'm learning now what goes on. But what I'm saying to you now is that maybe you can look into how a player association can be formed.
Yeah, somebody just Roxy just said the same thing. There needs to be a players union. But yeah, let me hear what CC wants to say on that. CC, Diego is saying start a players union. What is your thought?
Yeah, man, you can have a players union. It just all right. That thing said there should be a players union. But my thing about all of this is that from day one, like, we can't understand for the life of me, man, is because this is something that I was intimate to. I had a cousin keeping for a team in the league, right? And he was on a base salary of $15,000 for the month.
15,000?
15,000 is the base salary. And depending on how much minutes you play in a game,
15,000 US.
15,000 Jamaican dollar, man's man.
For the what? For the week?
Man's a
no, me asking me. No, me have to make sure me hear clearly.
Right,
yes,
for the month.
15,000 a month.
Yeah. So basically, if him play and he start, same start, couple game and thing. So you see, based on if him start, him get an extra 15,000. And then depending on if him keep a clean sheet, say that get an extra X and so. So some month, depending on if he keep a clean sheet, he will get an extra 5,000 or 10,000. So some month him go with 30 grand because I'm a starting keeper. So normally him get 30,000. But you see, if him not playing a game, a 15 grand. So if he not start, a 15.
So why would the player sign that though?
Manins.
Desperation.
But give you a drama. That is what me I ask him now. Tell me say, yo, really and truly, then him not really contract things, verbal arrangement and some of the teams say suppose you not get paid. Like 2 months, man, him not get paid. Me don't know what man them fall out and him the America now. So me first to the man say, brother, upper earth, you really left school as a top high school because you was one of the top keepers in Dakar Cup. And man look for you and get 30 grand and you take that. No man, me not play this game.
But CC, listen to me, man. The West Indies Cricket Board Players have association. The referee have them association. The clubs have association. Everybody have association except the most important product. Without them, there's no football. The players. It cannot work. They have to have a players association. I'm telling you, I spoke to Mr. Ricketts personally. He supports it. We know of a lawyer down there that probably can help us, man. This is something that needs to be done.
Yeah, but Diego, but you also have a lot of players that you contact with. You probably need to tell them that they need to get this going. They need a players association.
No, man, my players them are retired in New York. No, we don't know nothing about the new. I told you that. I don't deal with no new players down the Premier League. My players them now are fathers and workers and professionals in New York.
The other thing too is sometimes you want to start a union. Some of these players are going to tell you, oh, you say you have to pay union dues. Oh, the time you take that out of my pay, come in and get nothing already, So what make it? Every month me I go give $500 out of my $30,000. We can't bother with that higher.
So all the Jamaican cricket players have association.
No,
so the CMU1 beat them.
Exactly. No, I agree with you.
So maybe the JFF can help us. You see what I'm saying? They must say that the JFF maybe can help us with it. And we can get to that bridge when we cross it. You understand what I'm saying?
Hold on the management. Man, I talk about money that rob man if they know man pay. Remember when me asked the man, why is it that our league, everything in the league is secret? So management, if a man working at the wholesale, you know how much you get paid now? Maximum 15 grand a fortnight. So a man know
depending
on the job where
hold the point. CC, you know what we can do? I just thought of it also again. By having a players association, you have a minimum salary.
That's what CC is saying.
That's
Okay.
League minimum. There's a league minimum.
You can have one for amateur, and you can do it by caps. If you have represented Jamaica, there's a different salary scale.
Yeah.
So, Mannings, man, I'm an action man. Can you talk to Mr. Ricketts and see how it can work?
That is it. You know, I'll start ask some of these. When you have on these administrators, I need to talk to some of them, man, because this has to change. This has to change.
Man. When I tell people, I say this, me have to wonder. I want to know. What I want to know is this: how much money is coming into the program? How much money in the league, Diego? How much money is in the league? Because based on the money that is in the league, based on the money at a club, we can say here what one. We are capped wages to 60% of your revenue. So you have up to 60% of your revenue to spend on wages.
But here's my point, though. We're not focusing on the players that have to pay right away. Maybe the JFF can put that in the budget. Just like how the cricket board put money towards the player association. Because the JFF need to protect their players. They are their assets. They are their inventory. They are the ones that's going to make them qualify for World Cup and make the 10 million. So I am saying we can even maybe ask the JFF to put a little what you call it in their budget for the players association.
But me say every
it has to be done based on what I'm hearing, man.
So let's see if that can work out. I would love to hear from some of the coaches or the administrators or club owners why the salaries are so low. Because I know they're going to say, well, we don't have no money.
No. That's not just talk, man. They're out here to put the talk and put the talk. Whatever players association has set a minimum now, and them know if them don't get the minimum on the contract, then they have to answer to the association. That's the only way to do it. Talking to these clubs, people, usually we don't know the thing, man. They put the talk. They put the
Diego.
talk.
Bless up.
Quickly, Piney.
Diego, big up yourself, Diego. New York.
That's a great one.
New York.
Yeah, man. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Yeah.
Yo, listen to me. Hear this, Diego. What you need to do, you know, you need to go. You need to become the Roger Goodell of the JPL or the Premier League, you know. Because this thing,
I can't just become it. I can't just become it because I wish to become it. People have to vote me in and want me, boss. So that's how it works.
Yeah, but me I talk about the independent. Me I talk about the Mr. Ricketts position, you know. Then I know me not say you have to become it. You go put your hat in the race for it and do whatever it takes to become that. Because you what? No, you see your interest
to become what?
The independent.
You think by talking something happening
the independent.
You think the JPL association will bring in Diego? Diego who will make them accountable, who them cost, say me make them not get no sponsorship, come on, ask them all the money and all the money I spend on the accountability.
Diego, you see, that's why we have the Adam Silvers and the Rada Goodell of the world. A man like you will come from out of Wall Street. There cannot be a union.
We need to help.
There cannot be a union. There cannot be a union if you don't have an outside independent commissioner to regulate the thing. When is club owners regulating the sports, it's difficult to have a union. If you didn't have,
the referee have association and the cricket have the association. And the clubs them have association. Everybody have association, you know. Referee association, club association,
all right.
cricketers have association, Pine Action. So
let me just take this.
We can focus on the thing.
Rob Smith is saying a couple of things. He says you can't go to Ricky to talk about a union. They wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm
why
backing.
Would he want the players to unionize? He said you need to speak to a player with influence. Players need to organize on their own.
Yeah, man,
to that management. Hold on, no man. We're not talking about American thing again. What I'm saying to you, the cricket board was the one who introduced and supported a union. We're not talking about professional NBA and compared to Major League Baseball. No. So the cricket board is what? Dave Cameron was a big part of starting the union. You remember Manning's man?
Yeah, man. What they're saying, though,
Brave Lights.
yeah, but the truth is, though, that the players actually came together, and then Cameron supported it. I think what the caller is saying is that some of the players need to come together, and then they go to the leadership, and the leadership must support it or should support it. I think that is what he's saying.
All right, whichever way he thinks it can work, whichever way, no matter today go, as long as we get it.
Manning's man.
Yeah,
there you go. When you have how much Premier League club we have? 12?
14.
14. When you have 14 owners running them 14 owners doing them own thing, it is hard to get a union that way. What I'm saying, if you have 14 Premier League club and the 14 owners go out and get a independent, mathematical, business-minded person like Dago per se to be the commissioner of the JPL, then he now is the say-all and the head of everything. Then you can bring in the union. But as long as it's every association running their own thing, it's difficult when every club are run them own thing and every man has them own thing to have a union. That's all me I try to tell Diego. So you need an independent commissioner in there.
All right, but
to do this.
Diego, what I'm saying to you now, that's what Manning's man going to do now, research and find out the best way to get the union. We don't know. The point is, what we need, since we say we need a union is needed, Manning's man is there. He knows the owners, he knows the players, he knows the lawyers. We just figure out the best way to do it, Pine Action. I don't know.
There you go.
Every system different, you know. Jamaica different from America, different from England.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right, hold on, Piney. Let's see. Go ahead.
Go ahead, CC.
I'm going to tell you what the biggest problem. And I think Piney touched on it. And I wanted to speak about it as well. Because me tell them all well, man, we are watch football and we see these all things. Everything in the world, nothing is new under the sun. Things are recycled. But look at it like this. We have a Premier League out here, right? And as Pioneer said, 14 teams in the Premier League. Where is the Premier League executive? For example, them say they have a Premier League executive. But based on what I'm seeing and hearing, the club owners are involved in executive decisions, which should not be the case. The Premier League executive, in my opinion, should be the ones who deal with ownership disputes, the operations of the league, negotiation of media rights, anything that has to do with negotiating for media rights, any little operations in terms of match fixtures, schedules, where teams play and what time and these things, any little ownership dispute and things that are detrimental to the running of the league. That's what I think the executives and those people to deal with. From what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, the executive arm of the Premier League, which is the what them call them again, man, is I think that is supposed to be the executive arm of the Premier League. The PLCA, they are the executive arm of the Premier League, but it consists of people who have club in the league. And me, I said to myself, if me have CC United in the league, you can't put me in a position of power or a position of some form of authority or against the next team, because CC United is my bread and butter. CC United is a profitable entity, which I am responsible for, which me I go try every other way to get a benefit for CC United. So if I can get the match postponed, I don't want to play on a Saturday morning, I want the fixture play on a Saturday evening. And them things that I go do. So I think that is the next thing.
Hold on, Manning's man. Okay, CC, hold on. Here's what we're trying to do now. All we have to do in life is ask questions.
Let me correct it. It is a PFJL, Professional Football of Jamaica Limited. Go ahead, dude.
So here's what I'm saying, Manning's man. I'll leave you. Because I met Christopher Williams. Okay, I met Waver Hines. I am saying, let's talk to people. Let's talk to people and see how it can be done. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Let's see how it can be done. That's because I met with the Harbour View game. I met Christopher Williams, you know. So I don't know. Maybe we talk to him. We talk to Waver Hines. Waver Hines is, I met Waver Hines. I know Waver Hines, the president of the Cricket Players Association. So let's talk.
Okay.
It's all dialogue first before we say what can be done and what can't be done.
All right, Diego. I appreciate that. All right, thanks for the. Keep on listening.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Keep on
Diego,
listening.
you know that.
All right, management. Yeah.
If the players management decide to demand a union, the league can't stop the players. You know why? Because remember, say normally all union is in a management. If you're at a workplace and there's no union in the workplace, if you get a group of persons and you go to management, say you want to go to a union, you want to negotiate with a union, you want to bring in a union, management cannot stop you from bringing a union in. So management can't stop you, you know. The law basically allows for employed professionals to have what they would have said now. I think the law allows for an organized body for you to negotiate with and actually bring in a union. It's not all of you in the place would have a union, but if the law allows for, say, if 50 people work at the place and 10 people want a union and them come together and them solicit a union and then bring it in, the company can't stop you, the 10 people, from forming a union. So if the players them want to form a union, they can form a union. And when them form a union, or them get a legitimate union representative, and them have somebody them appoint as them union rep internally, in terms of which player will be them union rep, the league have to accept it. So they can't dismiss the player them. The team can't dismiss the player them from what I know as an employed individual. You can't stop a person who's employed from forming or joining a union. So the players them can join a union once them want to do.
Hold on, Panny. Let me finish. Let me say this. Let me just read this comment on screen. It says clubs need to be making 1.2 million a month to be able to pay a 22-man squad 55,000 per player per month. There is no club in Jamaica generating that amount of income. All right. Then Tuffy Rudy says, bless up management. Owners against players union. Therefore, you need someone with guts to reach out to players in order to organize a union. Might even include boycotting games. I think the clubs would facilitate or I think have that or entertain it or want to have it. But go ahead, Penny, you're going to say something and then we'll touch on our final.
What Tuffy said is true, and that's what I wanted to tell CC. No owner of any business want union, because union have demands and regulation you have to follow. I don't want a union to come into my business and tell me I have to pay you $15 per hour. I want to be able to pay you the least I can pay you. So I am going to try to do everything I can to stop union from coming to my business, which is what the club owners will do. The people them have to go outside and form them own union and bring them union into the thing where it cannot. We bring it to a stage where the clubs have to accept it, and this can't happen in a one club. It have to be a whole thing where all 14 club, the players them come together and do it. No one owner of any club want any union. None of them.
Yeah, but Richard Brain Drain is saying that they may not be able to legally stop it, but they can deter it.
Exactly.
Then Rob Smith says he's agreed with Tuffy Rudy that about the comment about going to Mr. Ricketts about the union, he would never help with that. And then he says disagree. Associates will never have to the management to allow the management to form a union. Management are supposed to try and keep out union.
Exactly. Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my company. I don't want you to come up in there and making rules and demands, and I have to follow about them. That's taking money out of my pocket. If you go and tell Harborview and every club in Jamaica, all 14 clubs say you have to have a salary cap where the top player get this and them can go renegotiate contracts and all these things. First of all, the money is not even there for that, That's why the football have to get back to a thing where we stop talk about this money thing, and start make it be the love for the game, That mean to say, no, the best youth them want play, and whatever, is because our expectation to I and we there into this. No money no there Jamaica for play no football, for pay no football players for play. Let me say it again. In the late 1970s to the mid 80s, there was a lot of easy money going around, and it was big men, smart men making the money, so they could have built the Hazards and the Port Morant United and all these other teams with that money, and all across the Caribbean, not just in Jamaica. Football was springing up in Colombia, Mexico, Trinidad, and all these places. After the 1980s to 90 to when we go to the World Cup and all of that thing, money dead. That kind of money dead, and the football is stopped working. So the football now go work again unless the chopper them and the man them we are make money now decide so we are gonna put it in a football instead of some other illicit activities. That's the only way the football can work around here, Just watch when football is working at Jamaica, the kind of people them where it spend the money. I was Mr. Tony Barrett them up at Port Morant United and some other men over in a western Jamaica and across the Mid Island and them thing there. And you look how those money was coming in. And the same thing that going over Colombia and all those places. The football are dead because the money they not run no more. It need money to upkeep and run these things. So it no dead. And at that people if you start look on the reality of it. Just like a man said earlier, you need certain amount of $1 million if you have to pay a certain amount of man per club. We are in Jamaica. One club will make what? $5 million per month.
But
yes,
that
sir.
means but that means that we can't play professional football in Jamaica because why on earth will I be? That means a man who go play football. If you can play football in 2021, he can't have no woman, he better not have no family. He can't live nowhere. He have to live with his parents, and his parents have to bear every burden. He can't pay JPS, he can't pay NWC, and he can't buy food, put on the table, and he can't put on clothes.
It's hard, but at the hard truth.
Yeah, but that is why I say, if we cannot play professional football, then
here how we are gonna play professional football and take it to a high level. Those illicit dollars is not running anymore and will not return. So here what we have to do now. Tell the chopper them to start buy football and buy football gears.
Yeah, no, go down that. Listen,
hold on,
listen,
all right, man.
No.
Go ahead.
All right, listen. That statement sounds like we're encouraging what people are, but I don't want the conversation to go down there. Right?
All right then. Let me go in another place. Tell the private sectors, them, the people them where you know have money down at Clarendon. It's like the people them, like how Mr. Ming them and them man they tell those people say to invest in the football and tell the bank managers and the bank owners and those people and the big people them with the money and even the man them with the church people them we collect the money and them thing there. Me not talk like the small churches, me talk the mega churches them because we have them around here and them are the sports business and them involved in a sports and radio station thing. Tell them to support the sports.
Is a feeder league towards the North American leagues and European leagues. Feeder league. Set up a league in a way. We are a selling league. So this thing about this notion of this and selling league. So once you set it up as a selling league and things are involved, make money out of the league so the money can
it's pointless to sell what people don't want to. But you can't sell what people don't want to buy.
But if you don't hold up now, man, let me ask you a question. Sorry, my boss. You know me, that man, me love jumping sometimes because my head not too good to remember things. So me like to interact. Now, see. But how you gonna sell what you cannot produce? It need money to produce to what you need to sell.
But
so if you cannot produce the players, them how you gonna sell them? You need money to develop players in good infrastructure in order to attract and get good players, and you have money to feed them. Some of them you have money to host them, and all these other things.
You should have a stadium name. I didn't remember, Mannings. I suggested this already. If we have 14 teams, we could have 4 stadiums. Stadium called KFC. If you want to call one KFC, one stadium can call Lake Group. That is the people in my restaurant associates can call the stadium. Represent Burger King them, the big old franchise them and make it bag of money. Pepsi,
don't call them. Not give them no free plug over here. Cause if you can give them free plug over here, them not giving no sponsorship.
Right. So watch this now. Let me see if we can I need to share something a statement by Andre Blake, and I need to take some of the comments, right? So let me share the statement by Andre Blake. That feed right there, and then I'm going to read a couple of comments, and I'm going to ask both of you panelists to give me a feedback on it. All right. I hope you're reading it. If not, you're able to read it. If not, I'll read it for you. But
Read it, we can't see it.
I'll read it. Tuffy Rudy says, I think I read that one. Eagle Republic says this, right? Man, many people in local football do not want to face the cold truth. There are way too many football clubs in Jamaica. Jamaica just do not have the resources. And I think what he's saying is that maybe if you have less clubs, there would be more money to circulate with those clubs. Then Tuffy Rudy says, Mannings, I'm speaking from experience. Management job is to keep union out because the union takes some of the power / control from companies. Profitability is the name of the game. Unions don't see that. So what he's saying is that people would not want to allow a union. R.N. Howard says segregation will always exist in national team because the UK players already earning, locals not. I don't get that statement right there. We have a next call coming in here. I think this is Kevin. Hold on a sec. Yeah. Kevin, yeah, you have a lot of noise in the background.
Blessed money. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Yeah, man. Go ahead and make your point. Yeah, welcome to the show.
I guess, brother. I guess the point of the panel are missing. You see, with Jamaica football, we have too much community team. And I agree with Eagle Republic. Too much teams in Jamaica where everybody are gonna say them a club and this and that. At times we move away from community football. Understand what I say?
Yeah.
The only way to go better unless we move from community football. Too much community football Jamaica and too much community team. No money now, brother. When you look on our boys down on them side, why them have to drop out? Who much people are gonna pay for going in a Boys Town venue? My brother was on the board of Boys Town, and trust me, it was chaos. I'm on time for pay players. You understand me? I get that?
What's the chaos to play players?
So, yeah, it was chaos, brother, for pay players because no money in the money, no money, the team now make no money. One time Boys Town have to move from Boys Town and start go down a Frome, go play and make little money. You see me I said?
Yeah.
Anytime we move from time Jamaica move away from
how much clubs you think there should be?
Right now, for me personally, I don't think there should be no more than 10 teams in the JPL.
All right, so 10 teams.
Personally.
So how are those? So how are those teams going to be distributed?
I personally, I think that the 10 best parishes that support football in the best way, we should pick. Places like Reno, them places support football from their youth. Reno supported them has always been great. So me I said.
So all right, so let's work with that theory, right? Let's just flesh it out and see if you can chime. Say you give one to Westmoreland because Reno is in Westmoreland.
Fine.
All right.
Yeah, me like you want a Westmoreland.
Yeah. Next.
The sure support the here, so we're sure of that.
How much you giving St. James?
I give St. James one. Only Seba.
Okay.
Seba or Wadada. One out of the two.
Okay, so St. James get one. How much you giving?
One.
Eh?
I will give St. James one.
One. So one for Westmoreland, one for St. James. That's two. How much you giving you're giving St. Elizabeth any?
I give St. Elizabeth one. Yeah, for Beach.
All right. What about Manchester?
God.
One for Manchester.
That's four. What about Clarendon?
I'll give Clarendon one also.
Five. What about St. Catherine?
I'll give St. Catherine one also.
One. Okay. So
Kingston Uncle two.
6. 2 for Kingston. That's 7, 8.
Kingston and St. Uncle two.
That's 7. That's 8. How much are you giving St. Thomas?
I'll give St. Thomas 1.
How much I give it?
Portland 1.
That's 10. So St. Mary and St. Anne and Trelawney don't get any.
Well, St. Mary agree. But hey,
Hold on. You're not giving St. Anne none. St. Anne is not present.
St. Mary never really have any team.
St. Anne with Mount Pleasant. And if
Man is bad.
Well,
Can you excuse me? Carla.
St. Anne.
So
What about
have to swap? To be honest, we have to go swap we have to go swap one with St. Anne, but the truth is
the Trelawney people, the Trelawney people will tell you that they would have more teams in the Premier League than Portland and St. Thomas, who have played even longer in the Premier League, so they should get a team.
That's a point I will take that point. But the truth is, man, for a small country of us, 14 teams are pressure where some of them can't even. But the point I'm making is that some person are saying there should be one team per parish, which is still 14, but we're saying that 14 is too much. I will support that. I will support that.
So it is not that there are too many teams, it is how the teams are distributed.
So
exactly. I would support the one team to a parish. I would support that 100%.
Okay.
Brother.
Okay. Let me ask Carla a question.
One team to a parish, we put one decent stadium to a parish where them team that can play.
Understand me? Yeah, Pesa say a lot of people them clubs. The other parishes need to invest them in them clubs, in them parish. Go ahead. What are the Kevin? Go ahead, Piney.
Kevin. Where Carla gone?
No,
man, there, man.
Let me ask you a question. Why? Me go ask you a couple of questions. But my first one, why you say too much club in Jamaica? Why?
I mean, brother, you know, see how much club in Jamaica. When you look on Kingston alone, Kingston Kassafa alone.
So all right then. You only have 10 clubs. I play Premier League. All right? 40. No, man. Me I go by his logics. Yeah, no, me I go by what him say. Him said 10. So that means we are dash for 4 now. So
I said I will give all right.
You don't give 14.
Me would give 14.
All right then. You know what happened? Right now, maybe this is why our football is so weak in Jamaica, because 14 club is not enough. What we need is more people to get involved in the football, more money to get involved in the football, so we can build more clubs and have a revenue sharing thing where some people can.
If we put more 14.
That's why I say we have to find some. We have to keep. We cannot. Here where the money I got to know. We have to keep and beat the jump.
Furthermore, what you know, we have the community.
Here we need to do. 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 Because that's back in the days, me used to walk from Porus to Mandeville. From Porus to Maypen. Sometimes we reach all out of Whole Harbour Road with buckets and beg money and help out with Scout and with boys brigade thing and we little club them in our community. So you want to need to do. When if you start, get some bucket going and get some bucket drive at some event. You see all of them places they want to go the money pull up. When if you go to them place, then they want to go put some bucket out there and put some girls out there with some ladies out there with some bucket and bring in some money into the clubs then. That's what we are talking about.
Penny.
Them
kind of money they can't run club, man. Come on.
No, man, we are talking about. Then every little, listen to me now. Man is man. Every little dollar make up the thing, brother. Every dollar make up the thing. So listen to me now. Then no, if you organize thing to no one football now, no community, I want a football club. No, no pressure the thing too.
But at the end of the day, how much people in the community can buy a ticket, brother, and go in and match them.
I know if that's why I say I know everybody can buy a ticket and go in and match them, but you what when my son them around them football, all I know it's when my son man. You might not like what me I say, but you what it's when my son are running football league. You know what them do? A bucket drive, them run and get money here. And run trip, go to California, go to Florida, all over America, go win championship.
Fine. I think you need to come on. You need to take some time and spend at Jamaica, because every example you use of what happened at the United States, you have to understand different cultures, brother.
So you want to tell me say no? You want to tell me say no? All right.
Let me tell you, let me tell you. There are less beggars at stoplights now in Jamaica. Nobody have no money to give nobody.
So let me ask you something now. You want to tell me say no? Say for instance, right? The other day we have 1 month a night football down at Porus. The Porus football league. Hold on. Let me ask a question now. All one night, even the last night, the night of the culmination of the whole events, all of everything. When this big stage show, you want to tell me, say, if we'd have 100 buckets around there, all of them millionaires they were flying from foreign and them thing, and it's a donation fee. One football league or one football club, them wouldn't drop our money in there. We couldn't come out of that with even $100,000.
Let me tell you this. All right, so if it is, based on your example, how come the money that they in Manchester to make them build a team for coming at the Premier League? Because they keep going to
maybe because I don't think they are interested. Because there was a time when we have 3 clubs in a Premier League.
No. Mile Gully. And there was a time when Kirk Van and Last P, Tony James. We can tell you this.
Last Perfectus. You have a team when you Kirk Vine.
About 3.
Mile Gully.
You don't know nothing about Manchester football.
I used to go play a Kirk Vine when they are youth.
Said there was a team up there with Lost Perfectus when Park Rangers.
Yeah, Park Rangers, Lost Perfectus, back in the days. Listen to the point, because we don't want the discussion all over the place.
Man, go ahead, my boss.
Yeah. I am saying to you, Piney. All right, Kevin, God. You see your suggestion, good suggestion. So if Porus, rich us,
Porus, man. We don't have to go around the corner, man. Porus. P-O-R-U-S. I know P-O-O-R-U-S. It's P-O-R-U-S.
If Porus can put on this multi-million-dollar thing where they make so much money, why isn't some of that money being put back into the teams in Porus? Because when I have the Manchester people, them complain about lack of resources in the clubs down there.
So do me a favor now. This is a question you should have asked Mr. Baxil and Mr. Karam Persa, the 2 organizers of that thing. So why you don't seek them out and put them on your platform? I just told
you why you think. Let me give you. Why
put
you
them on the platform? You're asking me the question I don't know. Back in the days, let me answer that before you even go in it. Back in that time, Mr. Tony James, Mr. Last Levy, and those people, and maybe even the Charltons, them and them, the Shields, them from Mile Gully way of the hardware. Those people was interested and love football, and them was using their resources towards it.
You have a conversation with, I don't like this conversation because they might go all over the place. All I'm saying to you is that the reason why the Mile Gully, the Last P, the Park Rangers, the Kirkvine are not in the Premier League is because them don't have no money.
I don't think I know money. I think it's interest the players. They are the interest of players. Man want to work because no money. Well, no money no in the football, so the man them want to work. And Kirkvine is not a booming business like back in the days and Alpart and them places.
So
the finance is not there anymore.
That we just say. That we just say. Yes, that.
But back in the days, now, that's exactly what I just said to you. Back in the days, Mr. James, Mr. Levy, and those people who did that own, even and them people who that own Park Rangers and Last Practice and some other people. They may have the love for the football and want the football.
And not only the love, that the people who are running the football, you said it earlier, money was coming into the football.
From different angles.
You know, CC, what you have to say?
The money no that. Nobody know that. Man, if me find one lottery money right now, right? If say me buy the lottery ticket next week Wednesday and it play and me win it. I say me make a fat money right now. Me never go put it in the football, brother. Me prefer build up two building and build up something and rent it out back to some people. And then we donate a thing to a football club or to a high school and them things. But football, put my money in a football. No money
professional football clubs don't run on people going out to collect money in pan.
We are helping club them, man. We are help the club them. Well, all right. Don't do it for the school them and build them up to professional.
Yeah, all right. So people
companies that supported football so come out of the country and different people and a different thing. Remember the Shell Cup, Shell did that one big supporter of football in the country or in the region. But as I can say, the comment that Andre Blake made there, he said a new head coach at the same federation will probably
Yeah, so
equal the
let
same
end with that.
results.
We have 15 minutes, so we're gonna end with that. What are your thoughts on that comment?
Yeah. So my thoughts on that comment is rubbish because you're saying to me that a new head coach with the same players, a new head coach with the players of this mindset will equal to the same results. The federation is lax.
No. He says, no, man. What the comment actually says is that a new head coach with the same federation will probably equal the same
results. And I'm calling BS on that.
Yeah.
Because what I'm trying to say is that the federation is not the one out there playing this football. I understand that the federation has lacks in terms of what they should do in terms of administrative wise. But a new head coach, in my opinion, with the same players, them have this kind of mindset. The mindset of thinking that it is the federation's fault for everything will end up with the same results. Because guess what? The federation is not the one playing the football. I understand that the federation might be doing some hanky-panky and whatever not. But that doesn't stop you as a player from going out there and producing. Whatever the federation is doing, yes, it has an impact. But what you are doing on the field is what we are watching and seeing. You are worse. And what I'm trying to see, what I see, man, is players that are not being held accountable and players that are let me show you. There's a thing in expectation when them say, entitlement. I realize that some of these players feel like they're entitled to play for Jamaica. You know how much Brazilian don't have 100 cap? You know how much about 4 Brazilian have 100 cap?
Let me debate this, CC. We're going to debate it for a couple of minutes then. Well, let's see.
Because what I say is, you have Brazil. I've seen Brazil. So you see Neymar probably is the longest number 10. Messi Brazil have. Normally Brazil come World Cup. Messi Brazil come 98 World Cup. 2098 World Cup or something that I will wear 10 again. In 2002, Rivaldo wear 10. In 2006, you have Ronaldinho in a 10. In 2010, you have Kaka in a 10. In 2004, meaning that none of them man are back to World Cup now. Yeah, man, none of these players went back to World Cup. You don't have a divine right in a national team. But you see when the man them talk like them have a divine right. You come bring out this statement and make this statement, but probably with the same results and something. Tell you who say you are going their side. And when you come out there and come do rubbish, me must say, it's the JFF, it's the JFF cause the team to play rubbish. It's the JFF make a man them score 1 goal per year in near post. And JFF make a man them score per year in near post.
Who is?
So is the JFF make a can make 4 pass? Rubbish.
CC.
Yes. Pioneer.
Who is Andre Blake?
Yeah, man, we're there, Pioneer.
Hold on, the Pioneer. You're going to debate the man, and you don't even know who Andre Blake is.
No. Chill, man. Me know who is Andre Blake, man. A Philadelphia Andre Blake play for you, brother. Me know who is Andre Blake. Me ask him, who is Andre Blake?
Okay.
So let me say, he's the captain of the Jamaica national football team.
So you hear what happened now? You ever hear about a thing named mutiny? The captain, we have the money. We don't need Jamaica football. We are the best goalkeeper, or one of the best goalkeeper in a MLS. Me don't know why I'm still there playing no Ghana for him. Can't play. So here what happened now. Andre Blake said him not like the regime where I run right now and him need changes. Who do you think the players going with when 90% of the players, 95% of the whole 100% of the players, past, present, and future, agree with him? Tell me. I him said that, I him the captain, the boss said that, Him no need Jamaica football. It's like a help him and give you a helping hand.
We don't need them either.
Well, that's them way then. That's where them and get some other people and still have the same complaint and don't change the organization if that's what the players them say. They must say we don't want certain people because of the same result we get over until we get strong-headed people with far-sighted who can see and do it right.
The one thing I will say is this. I have a lot of respect for Andre Blake because at the end of the day, when he's supposed to turn up, no matter who the coach is, he always turns up. We
Yeah,
may
for a
not
competitive fixtures.
Yeah, you see, me not interrupt the man, man. You see, me making a talk, man. And interrupt. He always turns up. From far as I can know, when he's called, he turns up to play. All right. The only thing I will say is that when Paul Hall came on, he didn't make any statement. So my assumption is that this has far more to do with the removal of the coach and appointing of an ex-coach than anything else. Because when Whitmore was removed and Hall came in, I didn't hear this. I didn't see a statement. And we know, based on what we have heard, that Hall stood up for the players. So beneath this, I feel like this can be interpreted as Hall, because we never heard Hall is the coach, same federation, we probably be having the same results. We never heard anything like that. What we heard is things are looking better, things are turning around. We have worked out things with the federation. Even though we never get paid, we came and we played. All of those things were being said. So I think this has more to do, in my opinion, with the coach change than anything else. And then Rob Smith says Andre Blake has earned his right to be called every time Jamaica play. That statement, Rob Smith. Yep. So you were going to say something, CC, right? But that is the point I wanted to make. That's how I see that statement.
All right. Let me say this. Andre Blake plays for Philadelphia Union. He keeps clean sheets and everything. So when you're evaluating, you're looking at and saying, all right, he's the best goalkeeper available, so we're going to pick him by virtue of his play for his club, right? So I have no issue with that. What I will say is this, Rob Smith. You have no divine. All right, let's just say this. The fact that you as a player, if I as a player management is going to tell you that, boy, you get a different coach, but because you have the same federation, me I go they go perform the same way. What am I saying?
A coach at the end of the day. At the end of
that
the
is,
day,
I'm saying no, Pioneer. I am saying to you, Pioneer, that I will not play for this coach. So if you not change the federation, me I go they go play foolishness when me I play for the national team.
He never say anything about the coach. He said simply put from me, pay more attention to the head of the federation and less to the coaching, because coaching alone won't change the situation because of the same result we get from every federation.
He's saying that, listen, no matter
him not call out the coaches.
Right. He's also saying, listen, like I said, I think that's what he's saying. We changed from Whitmore to Hall, now to a new coach. So remember, so obviously people, remember this, people don't realize that when I had Mr. Speed, though he didn't deny that there's a new coach, he didn't admit that Paul Hall is not the coach. Do you realize that Andre Blake has told us that Paul Hall is not the coach by the statement?
Yeah, man.
And maybe he don't even see. Maybe we can look on it saying, or we can look on it saying, no. He must say, it no make no sense to change the coach then. So maybe them no make the decision yet, and he know that. So he must say no make no sense to change the coach with the same players at the head.
Yeah. So it could be interpreted that way. But I think what he's saying is that, one, we're changing coach again. Because no, what I'm saying to you is that the players have been invited to turn up. As the captain, I think he would have heard, because remember, one of the questions I asked in my interview is that where this is concerned, because remember, Mr. Speed said that they normally speak to a player from Jamaica, one from England, and one from Europe, and one from America when to discuss stuff as a leadership. And I asked him if there has been any conversation with this lead group. I did ask that question. So I figured there has been some dialogue. Paul Hall is not the coach. Andre Blake is coming out and say, listen, we keep changing coaches. Maybe we need to change the administration to change the results. And he may be right.
Maybe right.
Here's what I know. A coach, a good coach can get. Because, and I'm going to use Rene Simoes' example. Rene Simoes did not come to a perfect administration. People keep talking like the administration back in 1994, 95, 96, 97, 98 was leaps and bounds above the present administration. The difference wasn't the administration. It was the coach and the players. So the administration facilitated that. My point is, if the players and the coach are together, they can get the administration to facilitate them qualifying. Because I think that greater onus is on the coach and the players than on the administration. Listen, because here's why. You can qualify a team with poor administration, you know. You're not going to qualify a team with poor players and poor coach. That I know.
Well done. Well said,
Okay.
Management.
Great.
1000% goal. You can qualify the team with poor administration. And Argentina is proof of that. Messi end up pay some people wages because pay security and all kind of thing wages because them never have that. Man, I knock down Messi door in the early morning. Say, oh, XYZ, that's going on thing. Poor federation Argentina have. Argentina qualified for the FIFA World Cup. As a matter of fact, they went to the final.
Argentina is not Jamaica, and Jamaica don't have a billion in Messi.
Pioneer, listen to what I'm saying, Pioneer. What I'm trying to say is a poor administration, man, them still qualify because them have good quality players. When they play them, they go put on the product on the field. But if you have poor players and good administration, they could have the best administration in the world. If you play them now play nothing, you're not going away.
Man. You see Paul Hall biggest mistake, you know. You see Paul Hall should have stand out of that fracas or what we call kerfuffle. That kerfuffle with the players and the administration. But because he's a player's coach, a former player, and he tend to love his players and be friendly and buddy maybe with the players, he think if he don't say nothing, he was gonna let them down. That was the wrong thing.
I'm wrong. Rob Smith, I don't know what you're saying I'm wrong with. Let me tell you this, Rob Smith. I was there.
So
not just at games, but I was there. You are not going to tell me that the administration was leaves and bounds. Let me tell you this. So you're saying that why didn't Simons qualify us again? I can tell you why. The quality of the team changed. And I also believe that what he did to qualify, some of those things, he did not grow and learn on them. So the other coaches, let me say it, right? And let me say it again. People. Let me say it again. If you have poor players and a poor coach, you will not win at the highest level. And if you have quality players and a quality coach and poor administration, you have a greater chance of winning. If your players are poor and your coach is poor and you have an immaculate administration, you ain't going anywhere. Disagree if you want. So, one of the best administrative schools in Jamaica is Campion College.
Man, as I was saying, you finished?
Yeah, man.
As I was saying, right? Like you said, as I was saying with Paul Hall now. So now we need to get rid of Paul Hall for true. Get a old G Get an OG up in there. Get an OG like we had, like when we have Simeons. Get an OG like Simeons.
All right.
A disciplinarian who going come up in
No.
there.
All right.
And
Here's a good. Hold on. Preacher saying Jamaica cannot qualify for a senior World Cup without a better administration. The female qualified because of the work of the Bob Marley Foundation. So here's the issue you have now, preacher. It is the same administration that is over the football, male and female, What you can say is that the administration facilitated, and I said that when you have quality players and a quality coach, the administration is better able to facilitate. Because, listen, no matter how gifted the Marley Foundation is, if the players are trash and the coach is trash, and they are the greatest administrators of football in the history of football, we're not qualifying. However, the girls qualified, though the administration was as poor as the boys' campaign. Remember the girls had luggage issue? Remember the girls don't get no per diem? You want me listen.
No matter what, it was worse.
Let me tell you this. If for those of you who don't know, some of the things that the girls got through, the boys, the men don't go through it. They just don't talk about it because it was covered. The last camp, them go on, them not get none per diem. When they were in Mexico, them not get none. So don't think like the girl were treated better. I did the story, go back and check it.
Check this.
Money was given from the foundation, and I'll know to give to the girls for their per diem. I'll know them not get it, and nobody don't know the money there.
But you know what I want to say?
Don't think like the administration was any better.
That was when Mannings, man.
Just a while ago.
So that's why
finished.
So that's why we cannot
just finished.
So that's why we cannot disagree with Andre Blake if people now come up with money when money fi come up and money is not being allocated where it's supposed to be and all these things. That Andre Blake right.
To say is this Piney.
Andre Blake is right.
Yeah, but what I want to ask is this, Piney. And I think this is why people hung up on 98. The 98 people, they might qualify for the World Cup. Now make the money like way. Half of them money in the Jamaica squad I make right now.
They was making money. They was making money. The people who was playing was making money other ways if you look back at it. So money wasn't the factor right there.
Hold on, Jamaica.
Hold on, man. Yeah, man. You never baby.
All right, talk then, Piney. Can you now make me talk?
No, go ahead. Make we interact. Go ahead.
Yeah, Piney. What I'm saying to you that the man them now make money out of football from a club like that. Unless when time full of them get when Bibi then get by for millionaire sitting. The man never make no money out of football like that. Is the verge and the back of qualification. The man them get a bus in a football and some man get signed. Man got Chanmere Rovers, man got Yeso. When them even blacker boy them get go fight. Back of qualification.
Cause let me tell you something right there, so you're wrong. You see, back in the 1980s, leading up to the World Cup, with professional football in Jamaica did have money. And the tail end of the money that we talked about from earlier, we now go back to. That was when you have the Hazard United with Blacker Boyd and Blacker Boyd left and he'd come and go foreign go play for the Colorado Fox from Hazard. Then you have T got David, them a play over Israel for Tenabi, Maccabi. All these players was playing football leading up to the World Cup, coming on to after the World Cup. They made make money. I play for Reno and all these clubs, Portmore United, Portland United, down a Hazard United, down a Reno, all down a Reno, Hagler them and the whole of them and the with the center with the money was making, they was getting money. There was more money in football then than right now.
Hold on. Let me say it again.
Money was means. Go ahead, Mannings, man.
Let me say it again clearly because I want people to hear. You see, what I am saying is what I'm saying, and if you don't hear what I am saying, and you hear what you want, you hear what you want to hear. Interpret it how you want. But let me tell you again, you can qualify a team at the highest level with quality players and a good coach in spite of a poor administration.
Agree with your man.
A lot of the African teams have poor administration and still qualify.
Poor to none.
Next to none. Let me say it again. if you have poor players and a poor coach, and you have an immaculate administration, the team will fail to qualify. That is what I said. You can disagree with that, but that is what I said. I didn't call the coach trash. I didn't call the team trash. I didn't call the players trash.
And that is where, man, I let me close out with this. That is where I said we need a OG up in here. We need a disciplinarian up in here. We don't need nobody who love no players and friendly with no players. We need a players who can. We need a coach up in here.
Hey,
like this.
hold on. TikTok. Whenever you talk to anybody in the JFF, ask them about the $15,000 from the Reggae Girls Foundation. TikTok always tell you. It's when I speak, identify yourself and ask anyone from the JFF. Ask them to call me tomorrow morning and I will send them the information. I have it. So don't come and play with my channel about fake news with your fake self. Don't pass your place.
Reggie, me tell you, when was a TikTok is about?
And try to disrespect me about fake news.
When was a TikTok is about, man?
Who are
TikTok
you?
a troll. A troll, TikTok a troll, man.
No, let me talk to him. Who are you? You can come and talk and make a comment. Don't come talk about no fake thing.
TikTok, take out your credit card and drop a super chat. Drop a $10 on the thing. Drop TikTok.
Don't come and pass your place.
TikTok is a robot, man.
No, I need to put him in his place because when people talk facts, when vloggers come out here and talk, we have information. I have it.
We say
and
TikTok
I did an interview with someone from the GFF on my platform who admitted it.
Well, on them, yeah.
So don't pass your place, TikTok.
Me a man ask a question, man, is a more answer when I don't talk.
So people, I need the people to see and know because we can play the video.
Roger Grant asked which African team have poor administration and qualify for the World Cup.
What?
Samuel Eto'o, Cameroon.
Hold on. No, me can give you easy. Me can give you easy one. Which team Drogba play for when Drogba went to the World Cup?
Ivory Coast.
All right. You want to know how Ivory Coast qualified, how players were paid, who took up the campaign, who did all of that?
George Weah, right?
Who did it? Who dealt with the coach? Come on, man. Here again, preacher.
Yeah, man.
Man, Jamaica does not produce enough quality players. Therefore, we cannot afford to have poor. I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, man.
I agree with that. We qualified for 1998 because René Simoes had the majority of his players available almost 24 hours a day. René Simoes did not have a national team. He had a Reggae Boys FC.
Yeah. You see, this is what me I say, man. Me have one day, some of them man I really watch football, or them just get up and look at football. Cameroon team, Samuel Eto'o, all-time pocket, pay for playing fair, pay the administrator, pay everybody.
Okay.
What do you think Samuel Eto'o right now when time man I go for vote as president? A done deal.
This man remember that their team that even got to
because Samuel Eto'o been a supplier.
Nigeria boycott match and still qualify. We can give Wally for example. Because of the administration, because of the corruption. Do you know that the article come out where them have players have to pay for play for the national team?
Two things me see. He signed the contract that Samuel Eto'o signed that Angie Makalala. Samuel Eto'o basically was saying he never needed to play over there. But the money that Samuel Eto'o was getting, he was funding the Cameroon African Football Federation with that money. You must have Samuel Eto'o buy one of them man them things and get and pay all of the man them.
Do you know
Roger
Grant?
Even Sang spending money too.
Just go and check Kylian. Let me just give you a quick reference right now. Check Kylian Mbappe and Cameroon. And you will know why he never played for Cameroon. All right? But let me say this, CC, because I want to make this point. Eagle Republic, Rob Smith, I will say this, right? To say that women football is like poor. Yeah. Poor. Right? Remember that. The women's football, they say women's football is poor. I do not disagree with that. The quality of women's football being poor. And then Peso saying him agree with you. I
Hey,
cannot agree with that.
Marines man,
I can't agree with that.
you have a woman soccer league in Jamaica?
Not right now, but they used to have
Not
one.
right now.
You think say, I think if you build a good organized woman soccer league in Jamaica right now, it can make a hit. It will bring some. I think it will do something, but because you see the woman them are organized, but not all the girls them have to, we have females are playing and some other people have to come together and do that. I don't know if how good the talent is down there, female playing football that much to build a good league. Yeah, man, but if we get somebody like Simeons, as me was saying when you cut me off, I forget. I hope the people them willing for people like CC and stuff would willing to ban them belly and pay Mr. Klinsman to come take over the ship and run the ship. If you know want to qualify for the World Cup, you have to get a
Not do
man
that.
like that.
No, Klinsman not coming to coach Jamaica, man. Come on, man.
Yo, listen, if Klinsman as a German love Jamaica and say, boy, I want to come live at Jamaica, I come live at Jamaica, and it's about the football and in charge, the man them a fee where them can pay. You never know, because we Klinsman they work right now.
Hey, people, this guy is saying that the players weren't stuck in Houston. When the people, I don't understand him. Like, I wonder if he's senile, he's sick, or he's just annoying. When
During
even the person who the gentleman came on Sportsmax and spoke about it, what is wrong with him?
during the 98 run, was there these kind of logistic problems?
Come on, man.
Huh? How many man?
So no, what I'm saying is that this guy then there's the TikTok or whatever him name, Tiki Taki.
Why you not leave Tiki Taki alone and talk
No,
the
man.
issue?
What I do?
You have to disregard some of the comments,
Piney,
man.
man, Piney, let me just finish. Let me just show me a son, man. Peso and Roger Grant. All I ask you to do, Roger Grant, go and read the article. Why you can't just read it? I'm not going to give it to you. So Peso, you have a phone. Google, type in Kylian Mbappe, Cameroon. That's all I'm asking you to do, you know. You talk about when France calling, when him break out, in play French Cup. You guys, we're talking about. You're talking about the because we don't want to miss the point. We're talking about poor administration. I am using examples. You asked me to give you one. I'm showing you examples of where in the African nations there are problems. I said to you, Google the article with Kylian Mbappe and Cameroon. I don't tell you what the details of the article is. I said Google it and you read it. Read it now.
Hey.
It will give you a hint as to what are some of the problems with some of the African nations and their administration. That's all me I tell you now. Because you are convinced that there's no problem with their administration. That's where the argument is coming from, and we don't want to lose that.
You know what is our biggest problem with the football man? Patriotism. Because what I think when national team want to come together and play good football, the best 23 players from across the world, from the nation, and who qualify from across the world, come together and say we are going to play with the locals and say we are going to play some football for the country and we are going to win. And that is where the administration and the organization comes in. And the players, them are the real root of the thing. It no matter who they are. If the 23 are the best players in a Jamaica want to suit up to play for Jamaica. When Mr. Jamaica, I mean exactly in Jamaica. You get me? Want to represent our team. That 23 players, you can be the organizer, organize the thing because they come together and want to do it.
Let me take John do a point because we have got to close out. Management question: right. Why would we invest in a women's league if the men's league is not good? Maybe that's why we should invest in the women's league. Because if we say the men's league is not good, maybe at least men would enjoy going to watch women play football, you know.
Yeah, because we want to bring out the men.
If it is, you understand me, it's not for their footballing skills, but for their beauty. I think men would go and watch them play.
Yeah, man. Women in Jamaica will draw out the men, and then the men will start support the men
I
in the
reach
national
women
team.
football overall, and I think a lot of people women sports overall separate from tennis and them thing there. I reach some of the time you have women who comes out and say, oh, they're not getting any support. But this same woman who said they're not getting any support, not going to none of these games. So you come out and talk, well, you not go to the game. So if the men don't go to the game to support you, you don't support your fellow female. Or not get up and go pack up a stadium. Man, I guarantee
Women,
you say more. Well, I know more women in Jamaica is working than men.
Yeah.
but women have more things to do when it comes to running the household and things like
All
that
right.
too.
More
When
things
it
to do
sports. So
what?
generally,
Whining.
is you have to
You
take
live in
your
a
wife to
19.
the
You
game.
live in a
Man, we
90s,
can
fine.
digress, man. Man, we can digress in, man. Him gonna woman and who do more work. Come on, man. Let's keep the conversation about the thing. We don't want to go down the road, man. Come on, man.
I
All
see.
right, man, man.
Listen,
Man is man.
we
I'm about to
leave
break.
from Andre Blake thing and we are talking about women and
All right.
housework and all of them things there. Alex, we see we have to see on the camera right now. You see, we I don't normally allow persons with without camera visuals, because it pull down the quality of the video and the likes and the share. So please, if you can do that and make a comment, because we're closing and I want to hear from you before I close. So turn on your camera quickly, make a comment, and then once you finish, we're going to close out. You see, you see Grandpa P turn on him camera. So go ahead quickly.
What I say, even rock.
Alex, yeah man, go ahead quickly. So me just bring you on and then say what you're saying and then run, because we're going to close out in 10.
All right. So my quick point I have to make is that about the Andre Blake situation. Um, I feel like a new coach coming in, if he doesn't understand the Jamaica system and will facilitate the players and know the highlight by itself, I think it will be in a rude awakening. And plus, the JFF is not professional with the flight arrangement and stuff like that. It will be a next problem. But I don't really have nothing bad about it to say. I agree with him for what he's saying, and I think it's a great point that he stick out and said that being a new federation and new people on the board for make the Jamaican football um go further and traverse. So I would definitely agree with Andre Blake's situation.
Okay, so you agree that we need a new federation?
Yeah, definitely. We need a new federation. But we do need a new coach too, so both for them.
What?
All right. That's it. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Respect,
thing.
Alex. Alex was sick the other day, but he has recovered. You
Big up
understand me?
yourself, Alex.
Yeah, me and say man some slim fast and it have bad reaction to it.
Okay, Alex. I say Alex around 50-50 with the TikTok boss.
No.
Yeah, all right, respect, Alex. Piney, your last 2 minutes, and then CC want to respond to Rob, so I'll go give him time to respond to Rob, and then time to close out, and then we'll close out the show. Piney, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I'll never say me agree with Andre Blake. But if Andre Blake said changes, I'm a big man on the ship. And if him say changes, if anything where Andre Blake and Leon Bailey say a law right now, I say thing. Them have the money and them run the thing. And them the players them I agree with. So if them run the mutiny, if the mutiny are going, and them are the leader for the mutiny, it a go work. It's easier to get rid of the administration than the players. So work with the thing.
All
Make
right,
we see how it work out.
Yeah, man. All right,
All
thanks,
right,
Piney. Thanks for
all
coming
right,
on
yeah.
as usual. We
Yes,
have a
man.
Brooklyn shirt in Philadelphia. Bless up yourself.
You don't know which part of the world me then a cell phone me depend talk to, And while you're going like tell pan the thing. If you stop talk which part me then in the world, man, because you don't know me there, man. Great people, great night, super Friday on a Alex, take out your credit card and drop a thing in I think. CC drop a thing in I think a Friday, a super Friday. People pan it, like, share, and don't make me come take on a light and the services at on the utilities if you don't like up the video and share the video. We not take on the utilities if you don't have no super chat, because we know it go. One love. Elvis leave the building.
All right, Elvis. CC, go ahead.
Yeah, all right. Let me say what I will say. Right? Rob Smith them can always say this and that. You see me? CC not stop read the comment section and Facebook and bring it come on money. Big up myself, Rob Smith. If only I was on Facebook. But I leave that to guys like you who seems to not who seems to have all the time in the world. Yeah man. But
All right, CC, take that comment from TikTok and answer it.
the JFF knows what is good for our football. They will drop Blake and all the troublemakers. A team divided will fail again. Is repeating the same dumb stuff which caused us to fail. Listen, what I'm trying to say is this. I have never seen Harry Kane come out and make no statement about the English FA, even when they mess up on certain things. I can understand the need to make a statement, right? I've never seen Neymar, and I see Neymar make him look a statement the man when we talk of certain things. It's to me for a player to just come out for you to come out as a player and say a new head coach along with the same federation probably yields the same results. I want to know what type of results are you talking about? Are you talking about results on the field, or are you talking about in terms of results in terms of um transportation, luggage handling, and those things? That is what you're talking about, because man, as I can say, if you the player are the product, you are the product on the field. Whatever is going on with the administration, once it is not something as detrimental, for example, like a club, and a club is in administration where the club is in is a detriment to the club being shutting down and you losing your job. If you don't look at it like this, no man, if you don't play for Jamaica, you don't lose your job. Jamaica is not your job. If you don't play for Jamaica in the management, you don't lose nothing, you know. You stand to gain more from playing for a Jamaica national football team than to lose. You gain way more than you lose, because number one, Philadelphia Union, Vancouver Whitecaps, all these clubs, every club in the world, the club that you play for as a football player is your job, right? So the club that you play for as a football player is your job. If your club is in turmoil, if your club administration is in turmoil, you have a spot of worry, because you're saying, oh, anything can happen if this club goes down, I don't know what will happen to my next move. You probably have to go talk to your agent and seek out a next move. If your country's federation is not operating properly, you don't lose anything. You probably only lose the only option of probably going to a World Cup, but you don't lose anything. But for you to say a different coach might yield the same result because you have the same federation, I'm trying to figure out and scratching my head and to figure out management. If is it that you're going to play the same way? A man gonna score by you at the near post. A man gonna kick a shots and you go palms out the ball back for a rebound. You're not gonna palm it off to somewhere else out of danger. Is it that is what you're saying? Because you're gonna say it and say, oh,
So,
is the
so let me ask you,
JFF
see,
cause
I
it?
just want to ask you a question. When you then agree that players should just shut up and play. They're not
No,
supposed.
I don't agree that players should shut up and play management. I agree that players should talk about issues surrounding what is going on. But I'm trying to figure out, are you talking about on the field results or off the field results? You need
Oh,
to
so what you're
clarify.
saying is that if it is not if it is not pertaining to the game, he shouldn't say anything. I'm trying to figure out what the you understand me?
That is what I'm saying. If it is, you're gonna say it. All right, what I'm saying is, if it is not pertaining to, for example, if he comes out and say the same results, meaning that the federation, because you have the
That's what
same
he said.
federation,
He
you're gonna
said
reach at the
a
match.
new coach, same
Mhm.
federation, probably same results.
Yeah, meaning that they wouldn't qualify for the World Cup
No, no,
because
no. What he's saying is that
yeah,
he's talking about the fact that now we have a new coach, because he's talking about the present. And he's saying the same federation with a new coach, we're probably gonna get the same results.
all right. And I'm saying that if he's talking about the same federation with a new
Yeah.
coach, yeah, the match is playing Saturday, and we reach at the match Friday. We can understand that. Meaning that they are gonna say, oh, because you have the same federation, we are gonna go the match Friday night for a match that we have to play Saturday. So the preparation behind going to the games will be the same. Here it is going to
So
yield the
what
same
you're saying
result.
that you'd prefer
But
him You would prefer if he came out and said, listen, we are glad that you have appointed a new coach, but if we are going to have the same travel issues and the same booking of tickets and flying all around and late arrival, you think that would be better than that little statement that he made? Because I'm trying to figure out either he, as a captain, he can speak or not speaking.
All right. No, I think it will be better. Sometimes people always say when a player come out and speak, he must say yes or okay and thing. I think it is better when the player fleshes out the matter. So it would have been better for him to come out and say, if it is that we with a new coach, we still have the same itinerary and logistical issues that persisted before, then it probably yield the same results.
So
instead of just coming,
but that is what he said, CC.
No, but me I say, man, it's open to interpretation.
Oh, so what you're saying is that he should have spoken, but he needed more clarity.
Clarity, and don't leave it open to interpretation. Because when I leave something open to interpretation, man, I could have interpreted and know that matter about, you know. But somebody else I got interpret it and say, but
so I think the people are getting you wrong, because initially I think a lot of people felt like you were saying that he no need to say nothing.
No, man, I couldn't say that, man. Okay, the man is a human, and the man is entitled to.
Okay, so you're saying that he should have spoken, but he should have provided more clarity on the statement.
Yes, more clarity.
Okay.
Yeah, but because at the end of the day, man, when I have no issue with what I say. But may I say, at the end of the day, when you say probably...
So, do you know that it would be unprofessional, though, have a contract with the JFF to come out and speak publicly the way you want him to? So that is why he can make the statement and leave it to interpretation, because you can't say that he's saying X or Y or Z. Think about it. If my boss is not paying me, right, my salary, and I come out and say, well, you know, they just hired a new staff and they are not paying me, they haven't paid me, all of that, you understand me? I can't just make a statement says, so where this additional money come from?
Yeah.
If they call me into the office, I could say to them, listen, me I talk about the money me wake up and because I'm cut my car mattress and me see some $1,000 jump out at me, I wonder where this additional money. So they can't tell me though. So that is it. No, this is a completely different thing. If people believe that he is not good enough, fine. If people believe that he should not be in the team, fine. But any player who believes Amal Knight came out and spoke, Amal Knight made a statement. Amal Knight made a statement where he said, something, he made a little statement like that about the whole, when they were going to Austria, and I think they were, all these TikTok going to tell us that we're telling lie about it, you know. You know, TikTok, anything else about the JFF a lie. So Amal Knight came out when they were stuck in, is it Germany? Is it Hamburg? I think it's Hamburg, one of those places. They were stuck before they got to Austria. You remember that whole story? Frankfurt. The players were stuck in Frankfurt, and he said, like, I'm sick and tired. Whatever happens. Now, this could mean, you know, that Amal Knight may not play for Jamaica again. But a man have a right to speak. But there are consequences. So they may say, no more Andre Blake. Fine. He may be fine with that. I think Andre Blake is well off. But the man must speak.
He must speak, man. If he have an issue, he must speak.
And Liam Bailey must speak.
Yeah.
And if Michael Antonio have an issue, they must speak. No, people can choose not to call him for the national team. So the thing is that if a player expresses his displeasure with something, they must be removed from the system. I don't share that. But people will do that. So when I say something, I am willing to bear the consequences of my words and my action.
All right, me not gonna say I said I call based on what he was saying because of the way he said it, my boy. Because as I said before, I am saying to you that no matter the administration where you have, it shouldn't really impact on you going out there to play. You understand? And everybody else I say yo, it got impact on how you go out there go play. I'm saying to you that I haven't seen Jamaica play good football like passing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And me want to know if it is because of the JFF make them can't do that. That is what I want to know in a man's man. I want to know it's because of the JFF, and if we remove the JFF, all of a sudden we are going to say Jaga Bonita.
So,
If we
so
remove
your
the people,
point is that you don't buy the argument that the administration is affecting the play on the field. Like in other words, if a player can't control the ball, that has nothing to do with the administration.
Then that may say that has nothing to do with the administration.
Right. So,
but I will say the administration.
Go ahead. I'm just asking because go ahead.
Mr. Management, I will say the administration deserve a portion of the blame.
So,
but the next portion of the blame should go to the players. The players them are exempt themselves from blame.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you believe that since selection is done by the administration, which includes the coach and the technical committee, if the players who are selected are not the best quality, who do you blame? The players who get selected or the person who select them?
If you're saying the players that get selected.
So if I have a choice right? Between I'm trying to use I don't want to call, I'm afraid of calling people name and stuff. Say let's use you and Piney. You play for PSG and Piney plays for Poros. Right? You're having a fantastic season, same position. And I have a choice between you and Piney. And I select Piney. And then when Piney play, him don't match up to the level and can't control the ball. Who should be blamed? Is it Piney for his poor control or the person who selected Piney instead of you who have a better control? That is the question.
The person who selected Piney. However, Manins, we are going to talk about this now. You're just going to get into it. The person who selected Piney. But guess what, man? Who is selecting Piney? Is it the head coach that is selecting Piney? That is where the blame comes from the administration now. No, you selected an head coach who is substandard in his selection of players.
Yeah, but coming to the point. So indirectly, there is a blame. And you know what I liked? You know what is funny? The persons who defend the president, when the president of the JFF speaks, even Mr. Speed, who can be very evasive, here is what they say. You know what they say? When Dalton Wint was interviewed, you know what they said? They said, yes, we know as an administration, we have gotten things wrong. And there are things that we need to improve. But what they will say to you is that people make it seem like all they do is wrong things. They don't deny that they have made mistakes. The people who are defending them speak as if they don't do things wrong. So at the end of the day, let me tell you this. Everything rises and falls on leadership. When the country fails, you can blame the security forces for the crime, you know. But the Prime Minister has a hand in it. Because who is the Ministry of National Security? Who appointed him? You have a responsibility as the head. And if everything else fails, then you have to take responsibility.
Yeah, ultimate.
So if people say you are responsible for where we are, you cannot say, no, I am not. However, And you have heard me say this. Remember, I did a video called Red Flag. I believe that there are players who can be divisive in the system. I also believe that of all the goalkeepers that I've seen kept for Jamaica since Donovan Ricketts, Andre Blake is still the best one. And I want somebody to tell me, who have they seen kept for Jamaica since Ricketts has left, who is better than Andre Blake? Tell me one available goalkeeper that is better than Andre Blake.
And that is precisely the issue. He's the best keeper available, man. But
For a while.
issue, yeah, man. From him start playing for Jamaica, man. He's a very good keeper. The man went number 1 pick in the draft in the MLS as a keeper. That don't happen, man. That do not happen. The man went number 1 pick. The outfield player alone go number 1 pick. Goalkeeper no go number 1 pick. So for I see man go number 1 pick, the man win Golden Glove in our league we have Howard and them man that we used to play in the Premier League. But them man they had number 1 for USA. So we cannot deny how good of a goalkeeper he is. You understand? The man finished what? Top 3 in the CONCACAF. With the likes of Kayla Navas and them man there. We are Champions League winning keeper. So we can't deny how good he is as a football player. How good he is as a goalkeeper. I just think
so
that
some of the people talk about, oh, look how much goal him sell out. Listen, the amount of times I've seen Andre Blake kept us in games.
It's just to me, there's a lot of as I said, there's a lot of divide. I don't know if it is him or who, I don't know who, but there's a lot of divisiveness when it comes down to a lot of things. Remember that there was a comment made by Speedy early up in the year. Players' commitment towards the league, the team and all these things. So may I say, even if them change, you know what the statement I would put out? Even if you change the head coach. Listen to the statement, man. If you change the head coach, keep this administration and keep some of these players, you probably end up with the same result. That is the statement that needs to be made.
So you disagree with the statement?
But then listen to me, I say man. I'm saying the statement that is to be made is if you have a new head.
All right, so that what you're saying is not what was made. So you have a problem with the statement that was made?
No, I'm saying you left out something out of the statement.
So I hear you, I hear what you're saying. He should have said. So you have a problem with what he said. Because he left out some things out of it.
That is what I've been saying. I don't have a problem with him talking, commenting. I have an issue with the way in which the statement is structured, and it is exempting certain people from any future blame. I.e. the players, because the players who are making certain divisive comments, they are not being called into question, because you should say if you keep some of these players, we might end up with the same results because some of these players are being divisive. But then I say these players are being divisive.
Coach Karumi, I hear that Coach Karumi is in charge at Tivoli Gardens High School, Manning Cup team, so we're going to see how the team perform.
Roger say,
Karumi, we want to see how Tivoli doing in the season, so we want to know, you understand me, we are check out all your games, them, All right, what I'm saying go ahead.
Yeah, man, I say if him said that, him one him there, some of the people some of my friends them are gonna page him. But what me I say is man. Me I say first of all, you just blame the federation, because I say the federation is the sole 100% reason why we get the results them we get. The federation, is the 100% cause of all the failure that has happened in the football. The federation. So right now, me not defend. Right now, I sound like me I defend JFF, but I'm just saying what the statement is telling me.
Go ahead.
The statement is telling me that JFF.
So did he have a problem? Remember when Leon Bailey said, if we don't qualify, it is the JFF. Did you have a problem with that statement?
He said something else to clarify it. He was saying the constant chopping and changing of players.
Okay.
So when he said the constant chopping and changing of players, I 100% agree with that. The constant chopping and changing of players can't be something that the team can function with. But when he said that if you don't qualify, it is the JFF, I am trying to figure out is that the must say the JFF. You see the adversarial mentality between the JFF and the players. That is what is going to yield the same results. Because basically the man tell us say Manning's man and me are nemesis. So if you don't change Manning's man, we are going to see same result that go on because we not stop the nemesis. Me not going to agree with Manning's man not going to agree with me. So it's going to give you the same results. Man. So it's just like that in the Manning's. If me and you cannot agree and is not on the same page, we are always going the same
But can I get
results are
distracted
going
by
to
the
be
comment? Hey, listen, people, let me say it again. A player has the right to express his feelings. The federation can choose not to select the player. He can say it however he wants to say it. He has a right to express his feelings. All the federation has to do is to say, well, that is how you are. We don't want you a part of our thing. It's very simple. That if the federation believes what Andre Blake has said is not in line with their general standards and practices, then don't call him. If I feel like someone is speaking in defiance to the leadership that I have, then I don't listen. That's it.
What I want to know is Manning's. As I said, the 98, if the federation with Captain Borrell, was it a better federation? Was it a federation that had the players
I think to be honest, I think like you had people like Horace Reed and McIntosh. You had some but I think what happened in 1998, which I think is a difference leading up to that, is that what René Simoes was able to do is to lift the administration to a next level. It was his professional approach that changed the administration. The administration didn't make him good. He made the administration better. My thought is maybe if they have a coach like this coming in, the coach will challenge the administration to operate at a higher level. I would find it hard to believe that based on the names out there, this big coach from Iceland coming in have a lot of pedigree. If this person comes and coach, that he will tolerate having players meet up 2 days before a game and that kind of a thing. So I think the coach and also the professionalism of the players. Let me just say this because we still have to close. Let me say this. Part of what also helped, because people forget this. That the team had many issues in the early, like people, like I can't understand. Like I can tell people, certain things, personal experience, So when people talk, I was very close to what was happening. A lot of the professionalism changed. When who came into the team, we can give it a name. When people like Freddie Butler, Paul Young, Dean Sewells, Peter Cargill, when a lot of the persons who were overseas came in, added a lot of professionalism, behavior, and conduct, right? Here's what happened. You had René Simoes, it challenged the administration to change. So Rob Smith keep asking, If Simoes was all of this, why did it fail? You know why? We all know what happened. Listen, we don't want to get into it, Robson. If we act like we don't know that there were many things in terms of finances, what happened to the money, how that money was, how the players were still being treated. Did we forget that after the whole thing, there was a major issue with players getting money? You remember that? You remember that the players from who went to the World Cup had an issue with their money? We're probably not remembering some of the things that happened.
More know though, man, is this. When Rene Simoes came in, it was to my knowledge that any player that
Yeah.
who skip out pan camp and do a kind of anki panky or so for example if you have say you have match coming up and you know say yo you know there in a camp for 4 days. You can't go do certain things and come out back. You can't do as you like. For them 4 days when you're on national duty, you can't do as you like. So me as a management, if you have one coach come in and tell the players them, from get the players them from Monday, I have the players Monday to Friday, they can do as they like from Monday to Friday, and you set it up certain way. Then me not understand how you say, as you rightfully said, if you have a coach that comes in and lifts the level of professionalism, I make a man know say yo, no can if you do as you like, me not pick you back for come play back the next time. Because you can't do as you like, you can't come and match, you can't that camp Monday, and you gone at this place Tuesday, and then you turn up Thursday. But as I said before, every player that plays for the country, with every player in every sport that plays for a country, have the right to make any comment. You can make a comment, it no matter. Whether me I go say me agree with it or not. Me, I am who? Who is me? Me not have no is comment if you say yo, me not you can't make a comment. You can make a comment. All I'm trying to say is whenever certain comments are being made, it is levied against the federation in a way in which sometimes when anything goes wrong, man, it plants a seed for say. If something go wrong, we say, right, I throw you know, the federation. Oh, see federation, oh no good. So it's like because me don't set it away, anything me say anything that is anything from a failure. Say if a success did that management, you know what we say? We are successful in spite of the federation. And then we have failed because of the federation. So you have two things, in spite of and because of. In spite of will come when we succeed. Because of will come when we fail. But it is what it is. So if a man say, yo, we're going to get the same result because we have the same federation, let us see. But
Yeah.
are you trying to say the new coach can't change anything to get better results?
Hey, people, listen. Man is out of here. CC, out of here. I am sure sports, out of here. But we have to take this one from Bad with Bad Gaza. He says, man. Craig said that the GFF tried to suspend Bailey and didn't have a contract in place. So with a contract in place, players have to be careful what they speak publicly. Agree. So if he speaks that, I will say it again. Obviously, he's willing to live with the consequences of his words. That's it. You understand me? Sometimes you have to do that. Bless up. Blake, big goalkeeper. You understand me? But we have to be, like I said, we have to be careful what we say publicly when we're under contract. Listen, people, thank you for coming on. Wasn't planning on having a show. Wanted to do an hour and a half. Went on to 3 hours. Thanks to CC, Gunners Boss, Alex, all the persons who call in, Diego, Sean, everyone. You have Travis, you have TikTok, you have Alex, you have man like Rob Simmet, you have Gunners Boss, Chris Wayne, Brian Drain. Yeah. Duckland, Roger, that's it. And Brian, man, Sponge. Yeah. Bless up on yourself. That Stock Up Manning Cup starts tomorrow. Watch the game, them. Coach Karumi. Yeah, bless up on yourself, people. Every single ones. All the yeah, man. Thanks to the super chat in a piney. Bless up on Super Friday. We only get one, but we give thanks. You understand me? Because a penny is better than. You understand me? Bless up on yourself, people. One and all. Have a good night until we meet again. I am Management. This is I Am Sure Sports. And as usual, when you get to this point, we say we are over and we are OUT out.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah. Someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.